the Sports Hub of Joe Murray with you here on another night show. Got Skaz here. Street Team Joe is in the house as well. And, well, we got you. We're taking you to the house tonight at 617-779-0985. You can also join us on YouTube. I'm in there right now, everybody. All you got to do is go to youtube.com. Search 98.5 The Sports Hub, and then click subscribe. I like it when you give me likes. Not me, necessarily. Us. The show, the station. Just like it. Boom. It's real easy to do. We'll talk to Zach Cox later on tonight. There's some Celtics stuff. Wick Grossbeck. That's an interesting story. Trying to smell that one out. Will Campbell officially the left tackle? Is that what happened today in the media? We'll find out. And, of course, the Red Sox lose again last night, and I'm starting to get concerned a little bit there. But, again, the phone number is 617-779-0985, and that's where we start tonight. The opening take is presented by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. The Red Sox have lost 3 in a row. It was a tough night for Garrett Crochet. I don't know what it was. I had my antennas up about it. He got pushed back. They didn't want him in the first series versus Houston. He has a bad record in his career and his struggles against Houston. And here they are now where they've lost 2 in a row, and they send their ace to the mound. And I will say, like clockwork this year, Crochet is delivered. When it comes to stopping streaks and being that guy, that's who he's been. But instead, he suffered his worst loss of the year. He allowed 5 runs over 4 innings. His ERA went from 2.24 to 2.48. But Crochet hadn't allowed more than 2 earned in a start since June 30th. And he did get knocked around. He gave up a home run. It was not the Crochet we've seen all year. And I know that he's been so perfect, it's hard to stay that consistent. So I'm being lenient about that part. When it comes to him being the ace, he has been nothing but that this year. So absolutely, he's the ace of the staff. But this is why I have the concerns. Kind of thought about it last night, like, this might not be a great spot for him. It wasn't. And I've been thinking about how they've managed him out of the break. And he's been lights out. But now it's on the road. Now it's, new series against a team they skipped originally. The thing I didn't like was the vision of him sitting on the bench with Alex Cora after he got pulled. For the most part, and this is me looking into it because that's how I feel, actually. Usually these guys go to the showers. They're out of sight, out of mind. They get pulled. They had a bad day. You don't see them again. They'll do the post-game stuff, but I didn't like the vision. Like, was there a discussion? Hey, how are you feeling? Should we push you back? How do we work this thing out? Like, I just wonder if they had a discussion about how to proceed or just get back and start every 5 days. Now, the other thing is, people love awards around here, and you could make a case for Garrett Crochet being the Cy Young Award winner. I think his struggle last night, I think it might have pushed him back now. And I don't know if that's something that's in consideration with the team. I know awards are a big thing. Specifically, the Cy Young Award, it's a pretty big deal. It probably has some contract stuff in there, and I know he signed his extension, so maybe it doesn't mean anything. As far as the Cy Young Award, I think he got passed last night. So I think now he's battling. He's the runner-up for it at the moment. But the Red Sox now a game and a half up on the Yankees in the wild card standings. And where would the Red Sox be without Crochet and Bregman this year? Yeah, we're seeing really nice things from some younger players. Rafaela had a nice little run. We'll get into Roman Anthony, who continues to just be, I'm going to use the word clutch. Timely hitting. He's had it the last couple of games now. But where would this team be without Crochet and Bregman this year? And I just wanted to mention one more time, the Red Sox are now 1.5 games up of the Yankees in the wild card standings. They won last night. But what would happen to the team if Crochet wasn't the same Crochet we've seen all year? Like, I expected him to be the ace last night. I didn't feel good about it. But he's answered the bell all year long. Last night he didn't. The Red Sox have lost 3 in a row, and they send Dustin May to the mound now. They could lose 4 in a row. I'm not saying it's panic time. But I am no longer... I used to say this. I wanted good baseball over the summer. That's all I asked for. Entertaining baseball. That's bare minimum for me. But once I saw they had an 81% chance of making the playoffs, and I went 3 weeks in a row of telling you that they're a playoff team and we should be taking them seriously and that they have just as good a chance as anyone to win the World Series, I've said all those things. I just can't sit here anymore and say, hey, I just wanted good games. Or I didn't think they'd be this good anyway. Nope. I have expectations of the playoffs going forward here. This is not a good time for another Red Sox typical collapse because it's happened. Every year after the deadline, they've had a collapse. It's 3 games. I'm not going to overreact, but I'll tell you today, I don't feel good about it. And Dustin May is going to really change things? I have an uneasy feeling about the Red Sox right now. I am looking ahead a little bit. When they take on the Yankees, I know that they have a favorable schedule where if they have a little bit of a hiccup right now, they certainly can get back on track. No doubt about that. I don't like what I'm seeing when it comes to their hitting, certain parts of the lineup, and their starting pitching has been an issue. And if I have to see Jordan Hicks again, this guy, out! I'll give you more numbers on him coming up. Starting to feel a little concerned regarding the Red Sox. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. I also mentioned where would the Red Sox be without Garrett Crochet and Alex Bregman. We'll certainly get into that one. I'll dig deep on that. And I wanted to go over Crochet's last few starts. He's pitching deep into the season right now. Another reason to be concerned. He's never done it. And these streaks, I keep hearing about these streaks when it comes to the Red Sox. Well, I have numbers on how some of their streaks have been this year, and we'll take a look at the Sox. We'll continue that at 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe Murray.
this about the Red Sox. Tony checking in. Crochet has never pitched this many innings. This is why they really needed to lengthen their rotation before the deadline with a legit number 2, not Dustin May. Tony, preach, my man. Preach! I'm concerned about Crochet. Can they hang on? This has been a common theme under Alex Cora for the last few years. So, a couple of numbers here I just wanted to throw out. I saw this of Brian Barrett of The Ringer. Basically, the plate appearances prior to Monday, Crochet has been awesome. Whiffs, whiff rate, doubles, slugging. He's been spectacular in those areas. But his first 13 starts this year. June 1st, 82 innings pitched. 18 earned runs, 1.98 ERA. His last 11 starts since June 7th. 70 innings, 24 earned runs, 3.07 ERA. He has allowed 5 earned runs in a start 3 times since June 7th. Those are real numbers, people. Absolutely real numbers. So, it's one start, everyone. I got it. I'm not going to jump the gun here, okay? The vision didn't look well to me. The vision of him on the bench with Cora. Generally, these guys are gone. So I just wanted to give you some of those numbers there. But I asked this question. I posed it again. I'll pose it again. Where would the Red Sox be this year without Garrett Crochet and Alex Bregman? Now, granted, Bregman missed time. They had an under 500 record, and, Devers was a part of that. But Crochet's been outstanding. A trade acquisition, free agent acquisition, it's the biggest part of their team. If you actually ranked what's the next important guy is probably Chapman. Those are all new acquisitions, all of them. The Red Sox are a better team this year because of those guys. That's why they're now a game and a half up on New York in the wild card standings. But can they hang on? And I just wanted to bring this up regarding Roman Anthony as well. Roman Anthony is basically had his 3rd home run of the year. He's hitting .333 with an OPS of 956 in 14 games when he's the leadoff guy. So I'll take the L on the leadoff guy thing. L. It is common. People were telling me best players on every team generally bat leadoff. I'm in. Fine. I drop it. I'll bend the knee. How about this? Jaron Duran. When he follows Anthony and Bregman, when he's hitting in that 3-hole, he's batting .343 with an OPS of over 1,000. Bregman's the difference. Bregman and Roman in front of him, Duran after him. It's working. It works. But Crochet's worked all year. Last night was the first hiccup. The first one that you can remember. Now, granted, it's the first. He deserves it. He's an ace. I'm just concerned. The team is different on the road. They're absolutely different on the road. By the way, the hitting has fallen off. I mentioned Raffaello last night. Toro, woof. But I did want to go over some of the streaks that they've had this year. Okay? And I thought this was interesting. This is from our Joe Murray research team. Winning streaks, they've had a 3-game winning streak, a 4-game winning streak, a 5, a 6, 7 or more. They had those 7 or more July 4th through 10th, 10, and then 29th through August 5th, 7. So 35 wins. Those 35 wins this year, 8 were against the Rays, 3 versus the Yankees, 3 versus Houston, St. Louis, Washington, Colorado, 2 versus Minnesota, the Royals, Baltimore, White Sox, Cleveland. Okay, then the losing streaks, may I mind you. 3 games, 4 games, 5 games, 6 games. They haven't had a 7 or more game. But they've had 31 losses. Listen to the teams they've lost against. Toronto, Texas, Baltimore, Detroit, Angels, Milwaukee, San Diego, Minnesota, Seattle, San Fran, Cleveland, Houston, Atlanta. So there's been 35 total wins, 31 total losses when it comes to their winning streaks. I just think at times these numbers can be a little bit inflated when it comes to run differentials, where I'm going with this. But 3-game losing streak now. Dustin May going tonight. Oof. I feel like tonight's a huge game for them. It could really twist somewhat of, stop the bleeding for a minute here. So you get Dusty May tonight. And the Red Sox, I mentioned the road and home numbers. The home numbers are so much better. Just looked at the betting line. The Red Sox are minus 110 tonight. So maybe Vegas thinks they bounce back, or Dusty May bounces back, or has had some success when it comes to that. But I do have some numbers on Jordan Hicks that I wanted to bring up. Skaz, I don't like Jordan Hicks. I don't want to see his face anymore. I almost wonder if he's so low, if there's anybody, when they bring him in, is there anybody else available?
The Jordan Hicks experience not doing it for you.
It's not doing it for me. You know what? What is worse, the fact that they wanted to sign him in free agency, or that they traded Rafael Devers for him?
I would say both show a glaring flaw in how the Red Sox view talent.
Before I get into Hicks numbers and how terrible they are, I'm small C concerned. Small C. Crochet's never pitched this late into a season. They've been pushing him back. I mentioned last night the whole him sitting on the bench with Cora. I didn't love it. I don't remember days of Pedro getting pulled, sitting next to, it was never good, right? It was never good. How's your shoulder? How you doing? You think you can make the next start? What do you think? Let's push you back. Slow C concerned. And I'm bringing it up because last night their ace had a chance to stop. He's been great all year. Has he almost stopped every losing streak?
I mean, early in the season, it certainly felt that way.
So I want to give him a pass, but I think we should be concerned. And now Dustin May goes tonight.
Yeah, I think small C is valid there. I did hear Milliken, who hosted the Baseball Hour earlier tonight, talking about this a little bit, and I think it's a really good point where Crochet's fastball velocity wasn't down last night. That's kind of the first thing the baseball guys will tell you when someone starts to get fatigued, that you look at the fastball velocity, where Giolito, his last 2 starts, apparently his has gone down. Bad. So that's a concern there.
92, I think, is where he's...
And then Milliken talked about the, I don't want to call it mixed messaging, but a little bit of tale of two different tapes. Post-game from Garrett Crochet and Cora. Cora was saying that, his control of the fastball was why Crochet wasn't good last night. And Crochet said, I had a bad game plan. It's just what I was trying to do wasn't working, basically, against this lineup. So I want to believe Garrett Crochet in that scenario. If his fastball was still, at what it normally is, he had a bad game plan. Small C concern because of the innings, but let's see what he looks like the next time he's out there.
If you could just remind me, who's the pitching game coordinator?
I believe it's Jason Varitek, but I don't know if is he the pitching game, or is he like the defensive game coordinator?
I don't know.
Catching and defense. I don't know. I hope he's not setting up, but maybe. I don't know.
We don't know.
I'm not going to blame Varitek for that last night.
Well, you know what, though? One guy said it was his fastball. The other guy said it was the game plan.
I think that's just your manager kind of giving manager speak. Doesn't want to say that we had a bad game plan, because that probably looks bad on him and his staff.
The mixed messaging comment has now got my antennas going, Skaz. Why weren't they on? If they were on the bench together talking, why are they not on the same page in the media? Am I looking into this too much?
I mean, probably, but that's part of the gig. I think that...
They're sitting on the bench together. They had a conversation. Shouldn't they be on the same page?
I think this happens all the time, though, where a player will tell you exactly what happened because they're the player, and the manager will give you manager speak because they know that someone on the radio, someone in the newspaper is going to look for the spin. That's what happens.
I'm spinning. Could you? I know what I want to look up, Skaz. I'm putting you to work. Maybe we could put Street Team Joe to work on this one. What's Dustin May's record against Houston? And the only reason why I ask is they moved Crochet back, right? They avoided him in the Astros series that they swept. They moved, remember May was supposed to start, but they moved him back, and then Giolito came in. They've done a lot of mixing and matching to fit Dustin May in this one.
Dustin May is 0-1 against the Astros.
In his just this year or his career?
It says in his career with a 5.40 ERA.
That's not good.
So I will look if that's just this season.
But 5.4 ERA?
Not great. Yeah, apparently he had one start against Houston. Well, now I'm seeing in 2020 with a 2.70 ERA, but that doesn't seem right. So we're going to have Street Team Joe dive into this.
We'll work on it. I'm curious now. They're favored tonight. Or minus 110. You want those Jordan Hicks numbers? Because I don't want to, get you sick. All right. Jordan Hicks in a Red Sox uniform. He's made 14 appearances, and he's pitched 13 innings. Would you say his ERA is over or under 5, Skaz? Jordan Hicks, ERA over or under 5.2?
You could have given me double digits there, Joe, and I probably would have said over. So I will lean heavily over.
6.23. 6.23 ERA. Now, he does have 7 strikeouts per 9, which I guess is pretty good. He does give up a home run, 1.4. That's not good. 3 hit batters, 4 wild pitches. They're batting .293 against him. You know what the worst part of this is? He'll make $12.5 million this year and next year. Vomit. Horrible trade.
Yeah, the actual baseball trade that happened, never mind the dumping of Devers' salary, the baseball trade, awful.
Okay.
Awful.
So may I bring up the trade deadline again? Is that okay?
I'll allow it.
You'll allow it?
Please.
You got Matz. Been fine.
Fine.
He's been fine. May hasn't. And I know tonight he can prove
big one.
It's big. It's
going to be a big one.
It's a big one for him and the team, though. Stop a 3-game losing streak. This is why they should have done more, everyone. They got you to this point. The Red Sox got you to a point where they can be a playoff team. They need reinforcements.
And unfortunately, this has become kind of a theme where they'll fight, they'll get themselves somewhat in the running. Some years it's been right on the cusp of a wild card. This year they're in the wild card. They have a game lead over the Yankees, game and a half over the Guardians, whatever it is right now. And then because they don't do enough at the deadline, or even what feels like anything at times at the deadline, they run out of steam later in the season. So I think that's a very valid reason to be concerned about this team.
And if Peyton Tolley or one of these guys is coming up and helping out, fine. But they don't have experience. So the rest of the schedule gets interesting. They have Houston. They'll get Miami, which they should win that series, right? Baltimore, then New York. So if we're looking at Crochet, right? Let's just think ahead a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crochet, if he doesn't skip a start, should pitch against the Yankees, right? Let me just do Joe math one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, could he get the Yankees twice? They play New York 1, 2, 3. They play him in 4, so no, they won't. If he gets bumped, could he miss? Could you bump him in the Miami series to have him ready for the Yankees? Are they going to manage Crochet based off the opponent now? Or, for example, do you want him against Miami so you get the win? They're gonna do this, guys. They're not gonna do it every 5 days of Crochet the rest of the way.
No, I would tend to agree with that. But Miami's been decent. They got a lot of young talent on that roster. You want him against the Yankees. Okay. If they do something where he's avoiding the Yankees, then I'm throwing up the red flag.
1, 2, 3. I'm looking at it now. He'd get a start against Miami. He wouldn't pitch against Baltimore, and then he would go probably against New York. if they pushed him back, maybe you get him versus Skeens. I'm looking ahead here a little bit.
I'm into that.
But maybe they're looking at that too. Hey, Miami, you'll get your bounce back. The Yankees, we want you for. After that, maybe we won't pitch you against Baltimore, but we'll set up something where potentially it could be a Skeens Crochet matchup. But that's 2 outings out of the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. The next, he'll have three outings in 17 games. That sound about right?
I don't do math, Joe.
Whatever.
Yeah, close
Whatever.
enough. Yeah, Joe Murray, new game plan manager for the Red Sox, game plan coordinator.
I'm game planning right now.
Weeks out.
What they should do with their schedule. And I'm sure everybody's like, what the hell is Joe talking about? And Prince Humperdinck wants to go to Big Sur in our chat. Russ Fox wants to tell us that Miami has been good, Skez. Beware of the Marlins, somebody wrote.
They've been good. Playing well.
All right. Red Sox. Let's go to the phones real quick. 617-779-0985. Again, you can join us on YouTube at the moment. And my call screener is not working. If you could pot him up for us, we have Mike. Hey, Mike, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Joe. So with the Celtics being sold to Chisholm now, and they're operating more on like a system kind of like similar to the Red Sox, how everyone thinks that their ownership is kind of operating more of like a system and not really for team success. They value, the way that they want to do it with their mathematics and things of that nature and the nerds. So is like the most committed ownership like group left in town, would you say it's the Patriots to like fan success? But just something I was thinking about based on the way that everyone's kind of making it out to be, the way the ownership groups are run. So I was just a question I was thinking
quick,
of.
Is the question ownership or the team?
The ownership, like their motives and things of that nature, because like the way like you hear McCarthy talk about Chisholm and like what his kind of company does to like their assets, and then you talk about John Henry, and he's operating on their system of how they view talent and who they're going to pay, and people call them cheap and things of that nature, or that's just what people say, and not maybe the opinions of the people on the station. But like, what do you think about that? As far as like, do the Patriots operate the same way? Like, are all the ownership groups really similar? Because we're seeing like changeover in these teams like that we've been supporting for a long time. It's a big question. I thought of it. I think about this kind of stuff. As a fan, I listen to the show a lot.
This? I'll give you an answer. I've thought about it myself, and I think the owners talk, and I think that they know where at times when to make the fan base happy.
It seems like the gauge is different now. It seems like the gauge is different now on fan interest and like team success versus making the dollar, because the different CBAs and how much the leagues make without even needing to be successful. You look at the Red Sox are going to make the revenue, especially with this with the field, and that's just going to happen with the ballpark. And then the Patriots, the NFL makes so much money. So, like, the only one that you can really see it with, I feel like, is maybe the Bruins, but the Boston market's really committed to hockey.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. I'm sorry to cut you off. Good call. Hockey out. They pay to the cap every year. They don't make a lot of money. I think the Patriots have to invest more now to actually have a chance to acquire talent because their drafting's been so bad. The real question is the Red Sox, who still spend the same amount that they did 20 years ago and really haven't gone with the times. And I'm sure that they want to get good deals now and not lock guys up to long-term deals at big money. I think that they know that they don't have to do that anymore. They just don't have to. All right, we'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray, listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential.
these practices, Mike. I mean, it was nice. I was glad that he called him out, both during the game and then after the game. But, they posted the Patriots posted a YouTube clip of Mike Vrabel mic'd up. And, some of the stuff in there is, he's barking at May to go and, celebrate. Get down there, Drake. Celebrate with your teammates. And also, yesterday at practice, when they had this disaster drill, disaster period to close practice, the offense was awful. And there was one point where the play clock expired. And Vrabel, I'm up on the third level, so I can't hear, and plus I can't report what he said, but just his mannerisms, he went out there, he was pretty much disgusted. He pointed at both play clocks, being like, Drake, you got one there? You got one there? Get your head out of your rear end and know what's going on. And so he's really coaching them hard, which I think is really good. But, Drake, as far as, look, I think a lot of Drake. I think he's going to be really good. I will say that the talent is undeniable. I think we all see that, the running, the throwing, his potential. As far as where he is, you're taking for granted he's going to be good. And I think that Josh McDaniels and the offense and the scheme is going to help him raise up. But I do still have questions about Drake.
That was Greg Bedard, Big Boy Tuesday today here on the Sports Hub. Felger, Maz, Big Jim, and Michael Hawley in today for Maz. I'm just so used to saying Felger and Maz, I couldn't get it out of my way. So Drake May's being coached hard. Isn't that what Mac Jones said he wanted? To be coached hard? So, here you are. Being coached hard. I was reading Chad Graff of The Athletic, and he mentioned Drake May had some nice moments in the preseason game. The scramble for a touchdown in the preseason game was impressive. A couple of his deep balls in practice look effortless, even if they're not always caught. With May, the physical traits are obvious. You watch him practice, he seems like a sure thing to be a good NFL quarterback, and yet we don't know. How ready is he for a year two leap? After he had the worst supporting cast of any rookie quarterback last season, there's plenty to anticipate when it comes to Drake May. And it could happen. But I wouldn't say that training camp has been so good for May, and that he's ready to make a jump into a top 10 or even 15 quarterback this season. I'd like to pause on that. There are a lot of people that are putting Drake May into the top 10 to 15 level. There were multiple quarterback tiers and rankings yesterday that came out. All of them had him between 19 and 22. I think that's a fair number. I think it's a fair number for Drake May, because it sets an expectation that the talent's there. He could rise up, but if he doesn't, he's right into that ballpark. A lot of people are high on Drake May long term, no doubt about it. But you got to remember, this offensive line that they're still trying to figure out, right now as it stands, there's two rookies on the left side, and there's an old guy at center. Michael Onwenu got in a big-time extension on a team that wasn't good at all, and who knows if Morgan Moses can even practice. Nor play in a game. But the offensive line's going to hit some bumps in the road this year, and no doubt about it, their wide receiver group, if Diggs is taken away or Douglas gets hurt or Williams can't develop, then what? Then what are they? And there's still the Josh McDaniels factor. Is he a positive impact? Is he a negative impact? Where does he stand on this? And how does that work out with Mike Vrabel? Where does that all stand with him? But there's still questions, everybody. The roster is not deep. They have good players. They should be an improved team, no doubt about it. But there's certainly an optimistic view regarding the Patriots this year. And when it comes to Mike Vrabel, it sounds like he's changing up the defense already when it comes to personnel. Kyle Duggar, right? He's now the backup safety. Is this kid Woodson turning it on now, a rookie who could be a true free safety? They've changed up their pass rush. Kalavion Chason's on the outside now with Landry on the other. Like, what do? Do they really go to a 3-man running team and run the football? Does that help Drake May's development? Does it help the receivers that you drafted in their development? There's a lot there. A lot of unknowns. And I don't even know if we'll get any knowns this week. They'll have joint practices. How are they going to handle this thing? And then will Drake May play in any game? And last night my take is he needs more reps. He needs more reps. So I hope he plays in both joint practices. And I hope we see him for an extended time. This Saturday when the Patriots take on the Vikings. Saturday, everybody. Just in case you didn't know. Well, this should be a good one. Tim's in North Carolina. Hey, Tim.
What's up, Joe? How you doing, brother?
Yo.
So, all right. So you're talking about the difference between Drake May and Mac Jones, and you're saying Mac Jones wanted to be coached hard. Like he wanted that extra coaching. He wanted that extra push.
Well, I said said that Mike Vrabel's coaching Drake May hard, like Mac Jones said that he wanted to be coached.
Like exactly, like Mac Jones wanted. Yeah. Now, has Drake May ever said that he wanted that type of coaching real hard?
I've never heard that before.
No, me neither. And so, is that going to work with Drake May? Now I'm in North Carolina, so I've kind of followed Drake May a little bit and know a lot of people that watched him. And
was Mac Brown a hard ass? I always thought he was a hard ass. No.
Who?
Mac Brown.
Oh, in North Carolina, yes. But was he really coached that? He wasn't there long. So was he coached that hard, or was he kind of called a little bit? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. You were there. What do you think?
I didn't watch it that much. You know what I mean? I'm a Patriots fan, so I'm in North Carolina. I'm kind of here, and that's just what it is. It's like I hear what people say about Mac Jones, and I hear what people say about Drake May, but you know, I mean, everybody you say that Drake May, you know, is getting coached hard. Mac Jones wanted to be coached hard. Is Drake May going to take that hard coaching?
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. And again, I don't know if he wants to be coached hard or not. He seems like a pretty intelligent kid, though. I think he's intelligent. Justin's in Lynn. Justin.
Hey, Joe. I just have a thought on the Red Sox. You have every reason to be concerned about this team. They're 1-3 on this current road trip. And then John Crochet, there is a reason for him to. There is a reason to be concerned with Crochet, because what I saw last night, his location was off, Joe. He wasn't right.
Yeah. Do you think it's because he's tired?
I think he's been overworked, and I think that's what the biggest problem is with him right now. I think he's been overworked. The inning usage is the problem for him, I believe.
All right, Justin, I appreciate you, buddy. Overworked. That's exactly what I want to hear. Working hard. Overtime. This is where the extension comes into play, everybody. Are the Red Sox going to manage Garrett Crochet for winning or manage his long-term contract in future? I mean, don't let wins get in the way of someone's future, right? No. Don't coach quarterbacks too hard. Don't do it. What are we doing tonight? Is this where, guys, I didn't plan on this tonight. Coaching too hard and being overworked.
Yeah, Mac Brown was kind of a hardo, I think. He's an old school guy. So, no, I don't. That never crossed my mind that Mike Vrabel's going to be too mean to Drake May. I don't. That's not something I.
Was Bill Parcells too mean? Oh, I have a Bill Parcells note for you.
Oh, there you go.
I believe it's September 20th. Is that the Hall of Fame day for Bill Parcells?
Oh, is he coming back?
Yeah, he's getting inducted, right?
Oh,
to
yeah.
the Patriots Hall of Fame?
I don't know why, but yeah, he is. For that 500 record he has.
500 record.
Yes, and quitting on the team in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
Yes, those are Hall of Famers.
And then going to the rival Jets
Very, very good Hall of Fame
And
resume
then when
there.
he retired, made Bill Belichick the coach.
But he gets credit for all the talented players that he was upset he wasn't allowed to draft, right?
That's right.
Okay. I'm just trying to follow along.
Yep. Hall of Fame Day.
Can't wait.
I'm just going to type it in to be accurate. Patriots Hall of Fame 2025.
Yeah, September
Bill
20th, 4 p.m. Street Team
Oh, you're
Joe
going to be
is
there,
telling
Street
me.
Team Joe?
Nah, he's not a Parcells guy.
Oh, I want him to get.
He was raised in Boston that celebrates winners and guys that actually, win
That's right.
things for their team and don't, glide by on the success of people that came after them.
Joe, I think if you could get the tuna, Street Team Joe and the tuna, in a one-on-one.
He seems like a real playful guy, the tuna.
Yeah,
Yeah, he would really be into that.
Hey, so you made Bill Belichick. Tell me about it.
Yes.
Hey, so that Robert Kraft, you inherited him.
So it went Bill Parcells directly to Belichick, right? That was the line of coaches for the Patriots. There was no one in between, right?
there was this guy named Pete Carroll.
And he was only there for what, a couple months,
years,
right?
3 years.
Oh, 3. So you're
3
telling
years.
me Bill Parcells, Pete Carroll for 3 full years,
3 full
and then all of Bill Parcells' talented guys then went on to win Super Bowls that he gets credit for.
Correct.
Okay. Just trying to follow along.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
all.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So Bill gets all the credit, though.
Yeah, I guess so. That's what the olds tell me.
Or does Kraft get all the credit?
I don't know, but I know that Bill Parcells is wildly celebrated for a reason that I have yet to find out.
Drafted Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah. That was a hard draft pick. Everyone was really tossing and turning
actually,
over
at
that
the
one.
time, it was Rick Meyer
No, yeah,
from Notre Dame.
great career. I'll give Parcells credit on that one.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. Made a solid pick at 1 overall. It's impressive.
Rick Meyer went on to suck. 1993 draft, guys. Should we do it?
There you go. Turn back the clock.
1993 NFL draft. Who else was in that draft? Let's find out here, because now I'm kind of... all right, Drew Blatt, Rick Meyer, and 2. Let's see who the next quarterback was in that draft as we keep going. And going. Oh, I'm in the second round now, Skaz. The next quarterback was Billy Joe Hobart. I think you're making even more of a point right now. I think keep going, right? Real hard to do.
Who was that, Joe?
Billy Joe Hobart.
That's not like Bobby A. Bear. It's not an A. Bear situation.
No, Billy Joe Hobart was, I want to say he was the Saints. What team was this one? Oh, Michael Strahan was in that draft. I did not know that. Yes, Billy Joe Hobart.
Who drafted Michael Strahan?
I want to say it was the New York Giants.
Is that Tom Coughlin?
1993. Well, he might have been at BC still.
But did people hold that against Coughlin that
That he didn't
someone
draft
else
him?
drafted Strahan?
Never thought about that.
Weird how that works.
That Rick Meyer Bledsoe thing was a big deal, though. I just want you to know. Like, it was a really big deal. Nobody knew who this guy was from Walla Walla, Washington. All right. Well, let's go to break. Should we do the Celtics sale? Do you care?
Yeah.
I got some Drake May interception numbers, too. I got those.
Whatever you want, Joe.
What do you think?
Yeah.
We'll decide coming up here on the other side. And real quick, this hour of the sports is brought to you by our good friends over at Valve Venus and Oil Change. What is the enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 50% off your next draft oil change. Valve Venus and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
They are brought to you by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update soon.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Put a little bit, get his thoughts. What's going on with the Celtics here? What's up with that? I don't know. What's up? What's going on with all that? Hey, what is happening? So, the story today that came out is that Wyc Grousbeck will no longer stay on as governor of the Celtics. So, they now call owners governors, but Wyc has been the governor. And now that there's been a sale to Bill Chisholm for $6.1 billion, well, the plan had been Grousbeck to remain with the team through 2028, but now Chisholm will assume the governor title, and the transfer will be finalized soon. So, I remember at the time we had Brian Barrett on, who works for Bill Simmons in The Ringer, right? So, I remember him saying, why would new ownership allow Wyc to still make decisions or be with the team? I remember that at the time, but everybody thought green teamer, right? Doesn't think, only sees things green, blah, 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 blah. That was the time. Here we are again. I'm still wondering why Wyc is here. Was it because they sold him, the team, Chisholm? What's the deal here? What's going on? There's been multiple reports. It's now that he's still the CEO, but he can't be the governor now because it's not legal. Whatever it is, I am now further convinced Wyc will be a shield for Chisholm, but Chisholm is in charge. Sound about right, Skaz? Did I get all that? Is there more minutia in there?
I'm sure there is, because there always is when it comes to situations like this. I don't think Wyc's a shield anymore. I think, if anything, he's kind of stepping aside to he's not stepping aside. He's being forced to step aside. But no, what happens with this basketball team going forward is on Bill Chisholm. How much money they spend, how competitive they are, the contracts they give out, the contracts they don't give out. That's on Bill Chisholm. The things for me that I found kind of interesting about this report was we got the initial report. I'm not quite sure exactly who had it. I think it was probably Shams. It usually is.
I think it was Ramona Shelbourne.
Yes, well, that's where I wanted to go, Joe.
And then I know that local guy, Zach Cox, was on it. Our buddy from the Globe, Himmelsbach,
Adam
was
Himmelsbach
on it.
was all over.
Greeny was like, what the hell's going on?
Yes. For me, the interesting part of all that was we got the initial report from Shams that Wyc is out. Then
yes,
it starts to trickle in from Ramona Shelbourne and from people like Adam Himmelsbach.
That he's not out.
That he's not completely out. And that, the change in structure is due to league rules, including minimum ownership. Sources said Grousbeck will end up owning slightly less than the required 15% given. Final funding for the transaction. Operation of the team should remain consistent, with Brad Stevens and Rich Gotham continuing to run basketball and business operations. For me, that's a whole bunch of word salad to say Wyc owns less of the team today than he previously did. So what is that, 14%, whatever it is? To me, this whole thing, it's... Look, Joe, we're the green team.
Are you sniffing or what?
I'm sniffing big time, and the main reason is the Celtics ownership is fractured. And I don't mean like they're having disputes or arguments or there's fracturing inside the ownership group. I mean the actual ownership of the Celtics is so fractured at this point. So Bill Chisholm owns, 35% of the team, something like that, and he's your majority owner now? Now, I'm not a math guy, Joe, but that's not a substantial amount of the team. There are a lot of cooks in that kitchen, a lot of people that are trying to make profit off of the Celtics. And for me, that just means that it's going to be harder for them to, make a profit and make everybody happy. And I think as a fan, that's a very scary thing.
Agree, Skaz? Agree. It smells horribly green. Or does it? I think we're starting to see the old Celtic pride green. That stench. Might always be there at some point. But I think that basketball, Skaz, is not the priority in that ownership group. Where is their actual priority in that group when it comes to basketball? Right? Because a guy who owns the team knows nothing about basketball. But yet, as your point, the national writer, right, one of the best in the business right now, said Wick out.
Yes, the guy who was pretending to be the main owner of the Celtics for an extended period of time.
He's out.
Yes.
But was there, bad blowback from it? Was there, oh, no, we had a deal. I sold you the team because blah, blah, blah. Was there some of that?
It's due to league rules, Joe.
Well, the league, they knew what they were doing. They knew it. Oh, this stinks. This doesn't even smell. It reeks. Oh, this is a money move. Make money moves. Who sings that? Cardi B?
I believe that is correct.
I don't know if we could play that song.
Yeah, I would lean no.
So, just real quick. Today's news, when I first heard it, was like, well, didn't we already know that, Wick was going to be, the
for
the
me,
puppet?
The
puppet.
news was not the story. It was the I don't know, spin might be a little strong, but all the caveats that were put on it after the original announcement, that was what I found interesting.
I agree with you. Very smelly over there right now. And, you know what is true? This is true. There are people who understand the new owners and what they do, right? They come into companies, they slash prices, they try to make it profitable, and in the meantime, some people lose their jobs.
Very familiar with that.
Yeah, very right. So my only thing is hearing the word alternate governor. I might as well be the alternate mayor, right? I might as well be the alternate whatever, because alternate governor is an embarrassing title. Sorry, out. That's worse than Dwight Schrute. Okay?
I think, I could be mistaken here, but I believe the alternate governors were Rich Gotham was one, Pags was one. I believe Wick's dad was listed as an alternate governor, which is very funny because he was the majority owner, but, Wick likes to play pretend, so.
Hey, real quick, not just while you're rolling with this. The sound we played last week about Tatum's injury, who was that from? Remember?
That would be your alternate governor there, Rich Gotham, I believe. One of your alternate.
Not Wick.
Not Wick.
Did Wick not show up to the Missoula Day?
That I can't confirm or deny.
Signing a contract extension?
Could be a question for our next guest, Joe, a man who might have more information than we do on this, hopefully.
Something stinks. It's green and it's smelly. And hey, you want to know what's the facts here, everybody? The fact is, all the moves that they've made this offseason is to save new ownership money.
I would find that very hard to argue against.
It's got nothing to do with basketball. I'll ask one more question before we go to break. Did Wick Grossbeck do things for basketball as the governor of the team?
Yes.
You got one? What? Give me one that
he spent all his dad's money.
True.
Yeah. He put the best basketball team out there, and
no matter what,
he did it to such an extent that his dad said, "No, I don't want to own the Boston Celtics anymore."
So that's we should applaud.
Absolutely. Okay. I want my owner to bankrupt his father to win a championship. That's what I would. Not that that's what happened, obviously. He didn't bankrupt him. Guys got plenty of money. That's what I want.
I like the take.
I want Steve Cohen. I want the guy who's writing blank checks.
You want the guy that's a Nepo baby who spends all his dad's money to win a championship without penalties and without, who cares, beg for forgiveness.
Yes.
Instead of the guy that gets a bunch of group of people together to buy the team that literally makes no money off of their own court or stadium or any of that. Instead, they're going to just get out of the tax and hope Jason Tatum comes back.
How do you think, just while we're on it, Joe, how do you think that, you get the alert, you get the Shams report on your phone there? What do you think Pag's reaction to that alert was today? I mean, obviously he knew it was coming, but you think there's a grin there? Do you think he's upset? Yeah, okay.
The Joe Murray prophecy.
Please.
Pagliuca buys the Sun, moves them to Boston, builds a stadium because he has real money, not this other kind of money. I'm talking sign a check over kind of money. You know what I'm saying? Financed, cashed, done deal.
Then the Celtics can start paying him rent to play there.
That's the prophecy.
What a turn.
The prophecy. Team Pags, baby. Imagine if Wicks sold it to Pags instead.
I think Pags gets an unbelievable benefit of the doubt, going forward because that didn't happen.
Kicks Wicks' ass out.
Like everything that happens with Chisholm, people are going to be like, imagine if he sold it to Pags, like good or bad. Yes. So Pags almost has a pass where people are just going to look at him as the de facto things would have been better guy because it didn't happen. So that's not a bad card to have.
We'll talk to Zach Cox. He is of the Boston Herald. He had more on this today, and we'll do more next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports. Celtics are making news in many different ways of late. Every time you hear a news story regarding the Celtics, you're like, oh, man. No, it's getting worse. And then today we get a little note about the governor of the Celtics. Who is the governor? Let's bring in Zach Cox. He of the Boston Herald, covers the Celtics, does more. Join us here on 98.5 The Sports. I'm Zach. Who is the governor as of right now? When does the governor change? What the hell happened today?
Well, as of now, it is still Wyc Grousbeck, but it sounds like it will not be. That will not be the case for much longer. According to the reporting today, the transition to Bill Chisholm and his group is expected to happen imminently, probably either this week or next week. And now, in a change from what was originally planned and originally announced, Bill Chisholm will take over as the Celtics governor rather than Wyc Grousbeck staying in that role for another 3 seasons. So there was a lot of it was some odd reporting on that today, but the long and short of it is that Bill Chisholm will be taking over as the governor as soon as this sale is finalized and approved.
Okay, so this brings up the actual sale to me. Did Wyc do the deal with? I mean, it sounds like Chisholm's group was the highest bidder, right? So, was there an agreement that Wyc would stay on as governor? And has that agreement been broken by, I guess, league rules today? Is that why something changed?
It's unclear what the reason for this change was. At the end of the kind of long line of ESPN reports about this that came out today was that it seems to be more of a technicality, a league rules type thing, where if you own as much of the team or as little of a team as Wyc Grousbeck will under this new setup, you are not allowed to be the lead governor and lead kind of decision maker on league matters. So he'll be the alternate governor and CEO. And according to Ramona Shelburne from ESPN, he and Bill Chisholm will continue to run the team as kind of a partnership. I mean, who knows how that's actually going to work? I think the originally announced plan always seemed a bit odd for me anyway, where, okay, I'm going to pay a large portion of $6.1 billion to buy a team, but I'm still going to have somebody else actually run that team for an additional 3 years before I take over. It seemed like it was never going to fully play itself out that way. But I am a little bit surprised that this transition did happen as quickly as it did, even if, again, at the end of the day, it ends up being sort of more of a formality than anything else. It's still a pretty substantial change from what was originally announced by both of them.
Okay, so I think the biggest significant change is you mentioned they plan to run the team together. How would, again, we don't know. I'm not holding you to this. How would that work? One knows basketball and will, like, what is the hierarchy right now if that is the case? Like, would Rich Gotham, Brad Stevens, like, where would it be from there?
Oh, that's the big question. I think going into this season is like, what is Bill Chisholm's role and input going to be? Essentially, how much input is he going to want to have? Because I think for as long as Wyc Grousbeck and his group ran the team, they did a very good job of sort of leaving the basketball decisions to the basketball people and putting in the proper finances and whatnot to make those moves happen. We don't know what Bill Chisholm is going to feel like in some of those conversations. According to everything that Brad Stevens has said publicly this offseason, there hasn't been any mandate from the new ownership to cut costs or cut salary or anything like that. They say the moves that have been made this offseason have been purely to kind of get the roster and the luxury tax situation in a better place. But it's a gigantic variable when the person who is now the number one lead decision maker on the team is really a complete unknown in terms of how he would run an NBA basketball franchise. And I think the big change today is even when this whole thing was originally announced, it was always kind of pitched as Wyc Grousbeck's going to stay on and sort of run the team in tandem with Bill Chisholm. Now they're saying that's still going to happen, but the kind of buck is going to stop now with Chisholm. He is going to be the lead decision maker, whereas if the originally announced plan stayed and it was Wyc, then Wyc Grousbeck would be kind of the final say on league and team matters and whatnot. So again, it could be semantics, but it comes out to the fact that Bill Chisholm is now the lead number one decision maker on the Celtics.
All right, we're talking with Zach Cox of the Boston Herald. Zach, every time I hear something about the Celtics, I shield myself. You brace yourself for something bad. It's been a tough summer overall, and right now I guess Bill Chisholm is in charge, or Wyc for a bit until everything is official. But were these moves made from ownership? Were these moves to potentially get under the tax? I know they have to make another minor move like a Simons or a Hauser or something to that degree to get under the luxury tax. But these moves are made because ownership savings, correct?
I mean, everything that Brad Stevens has said publicly is that the Celtics were going to make these moves regardless. This was moves made from a basketball perspective because the Celtics couldn't and didn't want to have to navigate the second apron penalties for another year, plus the repeater taxes on top of that. And they were really kind of, they say, in an untenable situation from a roster perspective. So I do think you would have seen a lot of these, if not all of these moves, occur even if there was no change in ownership. I think this was something that the team was preparing for the last couple of years. But I mean, it is an unknown up to this point whether there's been any kind of influencing behind the scenes by Chisholm and his group to try to maybe lower the price tag of this roster at all. Again, we haven't heard anything to lead in that direction thus far. But it's certainly a very important summer for the team from a financial perspective, and they're really taking every opportunity to sort of retool this roster, make it a lot cheaper, make it a lot, honestly, less talented, and try to set themselves up to be competitive again next season.
All right, Zach, two more like ownership type questions here, and then we'll get into some other stuff. First off, Rich Gotham last week was in Rhode Island. Joe Mazzulla was being celebrated, I believe, in Rhode Island. Rich Gotham came out and when they talked about Jason Tatum's injury, basically said we want to have him let us make a decision on him, something to that degree. I'm paraphrasing. But if they're like a fringe playoff team, right? Like let's say 5-6 seed.
Yeah.
Are they really going to consider bringing Jason Tatum back next year?
I wouldn't. I mean, I think if they're in a situation where they're anything lower than an actual real championship contender, which I have a very hard time seeing them being, given where the roster is right now, I don't think it would make any sense at all to rush Tatum back and try to get him back for the stretch run at the end of the season. The variable here is that we really haven't seen a player at this stage of Tatum's career with his age, his relatively clean injury history, how quickly he got the surgery, all of those factors combined to make it so he should be able to come back from this earlier than a Kevin Durant or a Klay Thompson. And it shouldn't be a 14, 18-month injury for him. But if you're at a sense where there's any sort of hesitance whatsoever, I can't see the Celtics wanting to put him out there for the stretch run of this season. Even if he thinks he feels good, if he feels okay, I just don't think it would be worth the risk, especially with just every move that they've made this offseason has really signaled that they're not going to be tanking this season or completely punting on this season, but they do not anticipate being a team that will be in the championship mix, and they want to do everything that they can to set themselves up to be back to that level when Tatum ideally is healthy again in 2026. So, based on that and based on everything that all of the decision makers have said so far this summer, I would be pretty surprised if we see Tatum on the court in a game at all before next season.
All right, one more. The Joe Mazzulla extension, was it already done? Did they wait to announce it? What do you got anything on that? And who made that decision? Ownership? Where'd that one come from?
I don't have anything on that. I think it makes sense just given the success that he's had so far, and won 70+% of the games that he's coached in. Obviously has the championship on his resume. He is not a flawless coach, I would say. He surely has drawn a lot of criticism, especially in the playoffs last year, and it's going to be fascinating. I mean, the single number one storyline, the most interesting aspect of this Celtics season to me is just how Joe Mazzulla handles a team that's not as loaded as the last ones that he had. This is not a guy that generally takes losing very well, and everybody expects the Celtics to lose a lot more this season than they have in the past. So how Mazzulla is able to navigate that is going to be fascinating to me. How he's going to be able to coach a team that has a lot less talent than the ones that he's been able to coach before. But I don't think that the extension really surprised me at all. I think he's deserved it from the body of work that he's put together so far. And again, it's going to be really interesting to see how he puts this new team together this season.
All right, final one for me. I've been asking people, so I don't know the answer. Maybe you do. What is Coach Zach? What would be your starting five today for the Boston Celtics?
It's interesting because you've got really only two locks in that group. It's like you've got Jaylen Brown, you've got Derek White. The Anthony Simons versus Peyton Pritchard conversation is going to be really interesting to watch. And I probably have Simons in there right now. We'll see how that comes together in training camp. Then you're looking at, maybe you start Hauser. I'd probably start Chris Boucher, honestly, the new forward that they just picked up, even though he hasn't really been a starting caliber player throughout his career. And then at the five, you probably have to pencil Neemias Queta in there at the moment. Maybe Luka Garza comes in and outperforms him. Honestly, obviously, when you look at the roster, that's the big kind of glaring exclamation point. You're like, wow, this is the front court that they're going to be going into the season with. It's essentially a ton of unproven guys who have never even been really primary backups in the NBA. So I think that's going to be the biggest hurdle that they're going to have to overcome. But yeah, that kind of sort of underscores where they are right now, where 6 weeks out from training camp, and you can really only say with any sort of certainty that two guys are going to be in the starting lineup. The rest is really up in the air right now.
The hits keep coming, man.
Yeah.
It's that you talking like that just now. Woof.
It's going to be a very different season from the last couple of years, that's for sure.
Oh, well, you know what? I have a lot of Baylor Shireman signed autograph cards, so I'm hoping that somehow he sneaks his way into the starting five.
He's going to get a lot of minutes, I'm sure.
We'll see. All right, Zach. Well, thank you. We had a popsicle headache about all this. You cleared it up for us. And hey, there's a new governor in town, and his name is Bill Chisholm. He's Zach Cox of the Herald. Zach, appreciate your time tonight, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks, Joe.
You got it. Zach Cox, everybody, of the Boston Herald. He helped us out with trying to figure out who the next governor is, because I don't know who. But I am the next alternate governor. I'll tell you that much. You need an Oh, baby! Do you... Tell me Joe's happy. Tell me Street Team Joe is happy.
Yeah, of course. He's a happy man. For those that are wondering why Joe just shouted, I showed him a bag of, oh, baby. I don't have to pull that one. I showed him a bag of food that was dropped off.
You need an Oh, baby! I was like, that was me in the middle saying, you need an alternate governor. You call me. That was an oh baby, huh? Oh baby! Well, we'll fill you in. But Street Team Joe must be really happy. Good for him. Hey, tomorrow's Luke's last night. What are we going to do for him? Find out. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Celtics owner Bill Chisholm will become the governor of the Celtics. Wick Grossbeck, though, will stay on as the alternate governor, but Bill Chisholm will be making. Skaz has compiled a list. We'll have that for you coming up in just a little bit. We just talked to Zach Cox from the Boston Herald. I don't know what to think of anymore when it comes to the Celtics. Every time I hear something, it's bad luck or it's bad news. And I'm getting over it at this point. I don't want to hear any more news on it. And now I'm just curious who's actually running the team. So, speaking of the Celtics will not be playing on Christmas Day this year. They've played the last consecutive years and in Boston. So the Christmas lineup has come out. The opening game will be Cleveland and New York. So Cavs, Knicks, Spurs, and then the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder. The 5 o'clock game will be the Mavericks and Warriors. And then the late night games will be Lakers, Rockets, and Denver and Minnesota. That will be a nice little rematch from last year as well. So the Celtics, although they've been in the championship conversation for the last 8 seasons, they will not be playing in prime time this year on Christmas Day. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Now you're getting the Mavericks and the Rockets. Ime Udoka and the Rockets against the Lakers on Christmas Day. We'll leave it there. We got In or Out coming up next. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
Shout out to Hooch tonight for dropping off some Bon John, which Street Team Joe has not have, and all he has said the 5 times I've seen him, it smells so good in here. Yes, Joe. Open it up, really. Release the hounds. Release the fury. I almost did you ever see Road Trip when he go release the fury, Mitch? When he had the snake? I don't know, Tom Green, whatever. All right, what do we got tonight, Skaz? In or out?
Yes, Joe, a Tuesday night edition of In or Out. We have to start, Joe, with the news that we got late last night to end the show. Sweeping the internet, the biggest story in, out of sports, whatever you want to say, Joe. Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Will be appearing on her boyfriend's podcast. Are you in or out on T Swift with Travis and Jason Kelsey?
Okay. I had a little chance to react to it last night, and now that I've had some time to digest it, that's going to be the largest, most listened to podcast in history. Because there's a group of people that love Taylor Swift. I know they're beyond Swifties. They're beyond it. But she is somewhat interesting, right? Like, her life isn't really public. We hear it through her song, right? So now they're literally a Hollywood couple. So I think everyone wants to know about Taylor and Travis. Like, it's a big thing. My only thing is she's so mysterious in a way that, like, I don't want to know more than I have to know about her. You know?
I also wonder how, like, corporate the interview will be.
Yes.
Like, if it's going to be, like, too professional, too massaged. Like, that's not interesting.
And here's the deal. She's not going to win anyways. She could be awesome, and people will be like, hate her. Get her off the mic.
Well,
Stick to music.
Those are people that have made up their minds before. Yes, of course.
But I think she is mysterious. Like, I don't know. Like, here she was with these, like, famous musicians her whole life, and now she's with a Hall of Fame tight end for the Chiefs. Like, it's weird. It's odd. It's interesting. I'm in, but at the same time, I like the pulled. I don't want to know. I don't know if I want to pull back the curtain on Taylor Swift, I guess is where I'm going with this. But I think that's why everyone's loving this, because she normally doesn't do that. I'm in. Fine, I'm in.
All right, Joe. From T Swift to Taco Bell, as we often do on the
Love
night
Taco
show.
Bell.
Yes, Joe. Our friends over at Taco Bell are introducing their first permanent expansion of the Baja Blast for the first time in 20 years. This will be Baja Midnight. It blends the familiar tropical lime taste of Baja Blast with passion fruit for a new take on the cult classic Joe Murray. Are you in or out on a new Baja Blast, Baja Midnight?
All right, I don't drink soda anymore, so unfortunately it will be something that I will not try. But the Baja Blast is a staple at Taco Bell. And now they're adding a little bit of passion fruit in there. It's a carbonated sugar drink. Who's not going to like it? Now, here's my question. Can I mix the Midnight with the original Baja? You ever go to the movie theater and you mix your slushies?
You're a mixer, Joe.
I am a mixer. And a dipper. And a sniffer. It's like the Steve Miller Band. Right? Some people call me the Space Cowboy there. I'm in.
Well, Joe, this one wasn't on the list, but you just mentioned Steve Miller, and we did get some music news today. Daryl Hall and John Oates reunited, back again. They have put their feud to the side.
Whoa, really?
Apparently so. They have worked through their
Hall and Oates
trouble.
are back?
I don't know if they're going to start touring or anything soon, but they have said the feud is over between Hall and Oates. Joe Murray, would you be in or out on the return of Hall and Oates?
In! Now, listen. There's been a lot of bands that said they'd never play together and got back together.
How about Oasis?
Oasis, Fleetwood Mac, right? I mean, they kicked their guitarist out of the band. And then one of them's no longer with us. But anyways, that's a different story. Everyone's here for the payday, baby, right? Everyone's here for the payday. Ooh, Hall & Oates would be just a great little yacht rock concert, man. That would... I don't know if Guilford could hold it. The Guilford location in New Hampshire? Oh! Would that be a Mansfield location?
God, the reunion tour? You got to hope they're selling out Gillette or something.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's bigger than the House of Blues, right?
Yeah, you'd
Would
have
it be
to
a
think.
Fenway Summer Series? Hall & Oates?
That feels right there. Hall & Oates outside at Fenway. Why not?
I believe one of them does live in New Hampshire, though. So, again, Guilford, great venue. Outstanding venue. Next.
All right, Joe, we'll head to a hotel in China for this next one. A hotel in China is going viral for letting guests rent dogs to stay in their rooms with them. Guests can choose from 10 different breeds, including Golden Retrievers, Huskies, and West Highland Terriers. Joe Murray, are you in or out on renting a dog to stay in your hotel room with you?
Okay, are these dogs fostered? What's the deal?
That is a great question. That was going to be my first question. All I have is the headlines here, Joe. The excerpts.
I mean, are they renting them to buy them?
Some of the dogs are raised by the hotel itself, while others come from professional pet training institutions. They're dogs in training.
Okay, so they're dogs that don't have homes that are used for renting? Out
on renting a dog.
Out on renting dogs. Listen, I love dogs. I would love to take a dog in. I would foster a dog if I had to. But you know what? I don't want to rent one. That's like a pity rent.
Yeah, I'd feel like guilty. I'd feel like bad.
And then you're just gonna give them back?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, thank you for hanging out with me for the night. We'll have another tenant come in tomorrow to rent you, hopefully.
It's got to be confusing for the dogs.
Out.
No?
Out.
What's the dog
Who rents
thing going on?
You're now using dogs for a service? Out. I love dogs. Are they getting a cut? They're not. Anyways. Out on renting dogs. Next.
All right, Joe, to the wrestling world we go. This weekend is it Triple A Mania?
Triple A, yep, Triple A Mania. That's right. Yes, it's the Lucha Libre Underground.
Well, Joe, are you in or out on JBL and Corey Graves being the announcers for Triple A Mania?
Now, normally Corey Graves is the the color commentary guy.
He's the guy that had like a little controversy, whether it was real or not recently, right? He's sending out some tweets.
Oh, yeah. They weren't using him because the reps on Raw, not Corey. So Corey tweeted about it, but people were saying it was a work. I don't know, guys. I have no confirmation on that one. But him with JBL, in. Like, two big names, in. It's good for wrestling. Anything else tonight, Skaz?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Joe, our friends over at the T.
The T.
Yes. Late night service is coming to the T effective August 24th. They're extending service by 1 hour on the subway with 8 frequent bus routes on Fridays and Saturday with 5 frequent bus routes, running extended service every day. All modes will be free after 9 p.m. For 5 Fridays and Saturdays. Joe Murray, we don't give the T a lot of good press here, but are you in or out on the T extending late night service?
In. I'm in on that. I like that it's free. But how long does this last for?
For 5 Fridays and Saturdays.
So only 5 Fridays? Like, do they pick the 5 Fridays? Like, how does that work?
It says end of services on September, so...
Yeah, I think I saw August 24th was the start date of this. So for 1 month through August to September, there's going to be free rides. All right, I'm fine. I'm in on it. But was this so we could talk about it to say, hey, usually we talk about your train being on fire or not working, but today you're going to give people free rides and stay open later?
Everybody needs a little good PR every once in a while.
Fine, I'm in on it.
All right, Joe, and we can end with this one. A new animated Addams Family movie is in the works. Coming from the creator of the Wednesday series, it's in development, but it will...
I don't care anymore.
It's too much. Too many Addams Families out there.
Out! I want Morticia and the guy that's no longer with us, Raul Julia. And I want Uncle Fester to be played by Christopher Lloyd. And I want, what's his name there? Joan Cusack in there. And then what was Wednesday's real name? Her. Well, after that one, I'm out. And I've always talked about Growing Up to the Addams Family Groove by MC Hammer. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
I believe we've
They
played
do
it.
what they want to do. Say what they want to say. Play how they want to play how they want to play. I'm out. I don't need another animated Addams Family. Out. Oh, is this in preparation of Halloween? Because it's August, yet everybody wants to start putting out their Halloween candy? Out. Is there a costume for this year already?
I would imagine you'll see some Oasis couples costumes.
Okay. You'll definitely
no,
see
Coldplay. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Coldplay. You'll see the Coldplay couples costume for sure. You'll get some Swift and Kelsey, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Joe is saying Stranger Things. They're in their final season coming up,
yeah.
so you'll probably get some of those.
Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, okay. Maybe a little bit. You get Bad Bunny, the waiter or something.
Okay. Let's keep working on that. The ultimate Halloween costume. I want a good one, though. Not like a meme. Anyways. Anything else tonight?
That is going to wrap up a Tuesday night edition of In or Out.
Our chat says a costume about the chat.
What would that be? I can only imagine.
It could be like a picture of me with the chat going on the right. Anyways. All right, we'll hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98 Fathom Sports.
From the Telfair Tire Studios, WBZ FM and HD1. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy. Zolak.
The sports. Thank you, Skez. Thank to Hooch and his son Jack for coming by tonight. That's who you just saw in our YouTube chat. So shout out to those guys. I can already see Street Team Joe looking at the Bonchon already. Just crack it open, Joe.
To be Ibiza final boss, with the hair and the glasses.
The final boss, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Are we talking about The Rock?
Nah, dude. Google Ibiza final boss.
Oh, Ibiza. I got you.
He's like a kid with a real bad haircut.
Yeah, no, I know you got
the bowl cut.
My bad. I had wrestling on the brain. I don't know why. All right, man.
That's all I had, Joe.
All right, what's going on in Scituate tonight? How's the weather?
Good, hot, about 80 degrees.
Yeah. Why are the storms so bad in Scituate?
I don't know, man. Those waves just crash out on Sand Hills, Fourth Cliff. You know,
Did you ever see?
they come through.
Did you ever see The Equalizer?
Yeah,
Did you know it took place out there?
yeah. I heard that.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it.
It was a good movie.
All right, bro.
You still?
Oh, what's
All
that?
right, buddy.
No, I was going to say, I used to go to Hummerock when I was a kid. Is that Scituate or Marshfield?
Yeah. It's both. I was going to ask you if you ever come down this way still.
Oh, yeah. I went to, is it Green Harbor? Or I live on the North Shore now, so I always forget. Is it Good Harbor or Green Harbor? Green Harbor, right?
Green Harbor.
Green Harbor Lobster Company, bro. Huge lobster rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Big boys.
Yeah, they got some great places down this way.
You got it, my man. Well, listen, I live North Shore, but you know what? I do make my way South Shore.
All right, buddy. Good
All right,
talking
man.
to you.
Appreciate you, Rob. Ibiza, huh?
We had someone in chat say, too, that there will be some Jordan and Belichick costumes this year.
What would Jordan's costume be?
Maybe get a Bridgewater State outfit.
There you go, Skaz.
Maybe Miss America.
You know what?
My question is, though, what do they go as? What is their Halloween costume?
Okay, let's think.
I mean, coach and cheerleader feels like the easy answer, but it's not fun enough, you know? Jordan's got to have something better than that. Maybe she'll call me and let me know.
Yeah, you know what?
On a Saturday night.
So I brought this up last night.
Very normal behavior.
So Charlotte Wilder called into Fred and Friends.
Yes.
And spilled the beans.
Certainly, yes.
But what was said? You know, when you sent me the clip, and I'm like, what happened? So you guys talked for 5 hours, but you don't know what you talked about.
I've had some conversations like that in my life before.
Me too. Just caught Joe, Street Team Joe, just mashing on a wing. Thumbs up, Joe? Have you had Korean barbecue before? Oh, baby, banchan. And you know what? You know what I love about Hooch? Never comes empty-handed.
It's a mark of a good man, right there.
Whether it's an event, you know, hey, come meet me over. He never comes empty-handed. So shout out to him. Him and his son got ice cream on the way here and stopped for us, Skaz. Can you believe that? That's great. Joe is happy as hell right now. Anyways, 617-779-0985. I don't know what's gone on since we've had Zach Cox on. You know, the Celtics, I just feel like now that I'm starting to think about their starting five, who is their starting five? I don't know. They still have one more move to make. I mentioned the Christmas Day games as well. Coming up on the other side here, there was an article today from Chris Gasper regarding Joe Mazzulla. I feel like we should just dive into that a little bit, Skaz, because we're going to do football and Red Sox the rest of the night. So, and I got some Drake May, numbers when it comes to interceptions for second-year quarterbacks. Second-year quarterbacks. There's a trend. Is it a good one or a bad one? You're going to have to stick around to find out. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Up. All right, we were going to do some sports stuff, but things got real serious in here now.
What's up?
Street Team Joe is in studio. Hello, Joe. Well, we got to pot you up. Hang on one second. There we go.
How you doing today, Joe?
I'm great, Joe. How are you today?
Couldn't be better. Beautiful day outside. I had a nice long walk. And I just had some delicious wings coming to hang in with you guys.
Okay. A couple of things I wanted to knock out with you and Skaz. I figured we usually have a guest around this time, but I figured this is a good time for us to bond right now with our listeners.
Absolutely. I'm in.
So, a couple of things. Number one, the wings from Bon John. I'm a dipper. I don't know what sauce I would dip these wings in because I don't think they need to be dipped.
They don't. I've never had these wings before. Didn't even
right
know
down the street.
Didn't
bro.
even know they existed.
Oh yeah.
I'm on wing number 6 right now.
I am on wing number 4.
And
that would be 10, Joe.
Yeah.
Skaz is still considering having one.
Yeah.
What'd you do, Skaz? What did you do when you came out with me out to the hall? What'd you do?
I took a walk down to the kitchen just to get a whiff.
Just to get a whiff.
Just to smell what the boys were getting after.
I am the same way. Sometimes I just want to smell it.
I did mention how many times it smelled good on
That's
the
a
outside.
big box of wings.
Yeah. I think Joe, if that was just like my dinner and I was hungry, I don't want to know what I could do.
You would.
I think I could eat that.
Joe. I know my answer.
Yeah.
What 2 foods do you think you could eat the most of without even a thought that you could eat the most of them?
Steak and cheese, sushi.
Okay.
I would throw wings in there too, but everyone says wings.
Okay, if I take wings out of it, because wings is one of mine.
Yeah.
Number 1 for me is potato chips.
Oh, like could you eat a whole bag?
You guys know the BJ style ones?
Like the family size.
Yeah, like you could sleep on it like a pillow.
Yeah.
Right? I could destroy a bag.
What are we talking? Like late? Like
I'm
Lay's?
talking late. I'm a barbecue guy. My favorite chip is a honey barbecue Utz. You ever had one?
Is it Utz or Utz?
It's Utz.
It's Utz, okay.
I don't know.
No, I have it. That brand is phenomenal.
Utz, Utz, I love your chips. Feed me. Anyways, if I had to go one more, man, it's pasta probably. Because you ever like watch a dog eat, speaking of dogs, you could feed a dog and it would never stop.
Yeah, until it got sick.
It got sick and like keeled over. Oh, I'm sick. I'm like that with pasta.
What sauce? What type of pasta, though?
Let's call it cavatappi with some sort of Real or store brand, not Prego sauce.
Just a red sauce.
Yes.
Okay.
I could get my own version of.
So, do you think you could take down a box, like a whole box, like a large?
Yeah, box is nothing. I could crush a box.
Okay.
I'm talking 2 boxes more. It's endless. It's like a bottomless pit of pasta. I can eat it. The other thing I would probably bring up is I could rip sleeves of Oreos like it's nobody's business.
Yeah. I think I could do like I do. I think I could eat more of foods where I can't tell how much I've eaten. Like Oreos, for example. I'm well aware of when I get through the first sleeve, second sleeve, like, oh, I'm about to eat the whole box. But for example, like if you, like you said on, the pasta, it's a little bit more difficult to tell, like, oh, what point am I at here? Could I just keep going and not feel bad about myself?
Okay, moving on. There was a topic yesterday. Skaz actually asked the question. But Roman Anthony wants to abolish ketchup. He hates ketchup. Doubling down today was Alex Bregman, also does not like ketchup. So Skaz said, what would be your Roman Anthony? And what would be the one condiment that you could go, that you're out on? That just, the one condiment that you're like, no. Like, he's out on ketchup. What are you
I have an easy, is relish. Not even close. Did you say relish too?
I mean, this is unbelievable.
I swear I didn't even listen to I wasn't listening to the show yesterday. I was at work. But you said relish?
Yeah, relish.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like I don't even.
Do you like pickles?
I do like pickles.
See, I like pickles. I hate relish.
Yeah, yeah.
You two are just. You're the same guy almost. It's shocking.
In fact, Joe, if someone had put a relish on the hot dog, I would consider that a red flag. Like, antennas up. Like, that person's a little weird.
Yeah. So, I think if it came down to it, Joe, you need to eat a hot dog with relish or a taco with lettuce. It'd be a real toss-up.
I think the relish might ruin the hot dog for me. But lettuce, I'm also out on lettuce. Not as out as you are.
Oh, I won't look at a salad.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm a
But
fat guy.
I think I can get through a taco with lettuce because it's just hidden by so much other things.
Because I just am eating, crap anyways. I might as well just throw something that's in there that's water-based. Out on relish. The other toppings that I started thinking about, like wasabi, do you consider that a condiment?
No, I wouldn't consider that a condiment. No.
Again, I remember we had a discussion with intern Luke about breakfast. If you made eggs, let's call it scrambled, what do you put on your eggs?
I would remember I told you guys this and it was weird. I put maple syrup on my eggs.
Oh, that's right. I knew that.
But I would put ketchup on it. Obviously shredded cheese. I wouldn't be opposed to mustard.
I'm sorry, Joe. You put maple syrup on your eggs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Skaz. I love maple, but sugar-free maple syrup, Skaz. We're not getting any of the extra calories in there, but yeah, I do put maple syrup on my eggs. The sweet saltiness.
What kind of eggs are we talking here? Like scrambled?
Yeah. I'm talking scrambled eggs.
I mean, I'm still out, but at least if you were doing this to over easy or sunny side up, I'd have a real issue with it.
All right. I have one for you. Have you ever had an egg on top of a hamburger?
Yeah, all the time.
You like that?
I like that. Love that.
Okay.
I'm a big egg guy.
Have you ever done an egg on top of rice?
Yes. Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah. Like I make my own version of fried rice.
We do that. I have a rice cooker.
Yeah.
I make rice. I make an egg. I pop it right on top. I slice it down. Boom.
Yeah. Get the yolk in there.
Yolk it up, baby.
It's really good.
Oh, give me the yolk.
Trader Joe's, no shout outs, but Trader Joe's has a really good fried rice.
Did you hear the idea that was posed?
No.
Joe and Street Team Joe go to Trader Joe's.
I'm so in. I love Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is my favorite food shopping store by far. Not even close.
Skaz, you remember he wasn't here when I talked about this?
No, it's like all the puzzle pieces are finally starting to, fit together.
My question is, do you think we would walk around Trader Joe's together, or would we just morph into our own little...
I think we would morph into our
you'd
own
be in the frozen section, and I'd be looking at the produce?
I would like to see what you come up with on your own, and I think you would like to see what I come up with, and then be like, oh, wow.
I know someone that knows Guy Fieri, okay?
Okay.
I don't know if I can pull any strings, but imagine you and I... They give us a budget, $100 each, right? Go. What's the most you can get for $100? And then you would have to make one of something with it.
Oh, I'm making it.
So we're gonna do the shop thing first.
Okay.
And then all right, what'd you guys get? All right. Now you're gonna make a meal. Then you're gonna interview you. So what are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna make a.
I'm in on that. Trader Joe's, a lot of their stuff is very easy to make because it's almost
air fryer,
made for you.
Air fryer only.
Air fryer only. We could make something very delicious.
Joe and Joe at Joe's.
I think that's amazing content.
We'll work on that one. All right, here's another one that I wanted to discuss with you.
Are we not going to share our favorite items at Trader Joe's? I have a couple that I'd
all right, why don't you share your favorite items?
They have a frozen mango ice cream bar that I quite enjoy. And I think, it's just mango with vanilla ice cream in the middle. And I could eat unlimited of those things. The box is 6. I could easily eat 6. They're just so refreshing.
They're also healthy.
Well... It's ice cream.
Mine is the chocolate covered bananas.
Oh, yep.
The frozen.
They have good sauces there too. I get their hot honey, and so when we make pizza at home, I'll put the hot honey over. Mm-hmm. I love their fried rice. They have a good mac and cheese.
They have a great General Gao chicken if you ever want to freeze.
Oh, yep. They have a good frozen General. They have chicken and broccoli. They got a good one of those too.
Like a stir fry.
Yep.
People want to know why intern Joe sounds like Pasta Joe. Have you ever heard of Pasta Joe?
I have heard of Pasta Joe.
I haven't talked to Pasta Joe in a long time. He works at a dispensary, always smells like marijuana, and wears a big Wheaties jacket, orange one. Don't know where he's been, but you know what? You two together would be very interesting.
Did he used to work here, right?
He was a character on the morning show.
Okay.
Kind of like you're a character on the
like-
night show right
yeah.
now. All right, Joe. So today you texted me, and you said, Joe, would you like a graphic tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Skaz would like to know more. He asked about it. Any questions, Skaz, you would like to ask Joe regarding tonight's graphic?
Well, my questions only arose after I first saw each of you individually tonight, and the first thing both of you said to me was, "Oh boy, this graphic thing." There was a lot of miscommunication there, so I just want to know what happened behind the scenes of this graphic, because to me, I'm a very not good at these graphics. Make them here and there, not very good at them, but it seemed straightforward enough from the presentation. So I would like to know what happened behind the scenes with the Joes.
Let me set this up first. I like the interns and Joe to make graphics for the show, meaning just a one-page sheet of the guest lineup for the night and the segments, the time, the phone number, and where to find us. Some nights there's food involved. Some nights there's Bregman, and then it's just whatever the theme. It's a theme. Well, you asked me for a theme. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what's popular today? Well, Taylor Swift announced her new album. It's everywhere. Have you seen it yet?
See, this is where our miscommunication comes in. Because I don't know if you guys have picked up on this yet. Outside of like Patriots, Celtics, Red Sox, I am not up to date with anything.
Current events,
yeah. Politics.
Okay. So you
anything.
never came across once
when you
Taylor
were
Swift's
referencing
new
like no, but I'm familiar with Taylor Swift and her albums. But when you were referencing this morning about the album, I had no idea like a new album was announced.
Yes.
Or
at
I was
12:12 last night.
So
just so
I was
you know.
behind the 8 ball. And I was just like, why does he want me to make an album cover of him? Like, I just didn't put 2 and 2 together.
So I said, hey, do you think you could make a Taylor Swift theme Life of the Joe Show instead of Life of the Show Girl?
Yeah.
So really what I tried to show you was her pre-order or whatever you call it for her album.
Yeah, but that's the point.
In orange,
yeah,
like Taylor Swift's album. But you didn't see the video or see any of the promos or see anything, so you had no clue what the hell I was talking about.
Not a clue.
What about when I sent you the video and after a while, did you start to figure it out?
Yeah, once you sent the video, but even when I watched the video, it's like, because it's a short video with Travis Kelce, I didn't like pick up right away. I thought is this a podcast opening? Is this album real? I also don't really care about Taylor Swift like releasing a new album, so
okay.
I didn't know how much buzz this was generating. Mm-hmm. So I think it was more me just off the deep end when it comes to entertainment.
Well, I think after a while, after some back and forth communication,
I realized what was happening.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
So the Life of the Joe Show debuts tonight with our segments. And you got a picture of me in plaid. I think you nailed the Taylor Swift Joe Show era.
I think I did. But I had to ask my dad for assistance. Because I still didn't understand. Do
you understand now?
Yeah, I understand.
You understand now. So looking back, do you feel like you did a good job?
On the communication or the graphic?
Graphic.
Oh, no, I think I'd nailed the graphic.
Even one Jeremy Conley said, no explanation at all from Jeremy. He just said, this is one of the better ones you've done.
Really? Because I thought it was one of the
He didn't know it was you. He thinks it's me.
I thought it was one of the worst ones I'd done.
See? See, Skaz? I thought it was one of the better ones. He thinks it's one of the worst ones. Let's keep going.
Some people want to know what era of Joe Murray are we currently in?
We're in the Joe Show era.
That's the era?
Well, I mean, she's the show now. The show girl era. I'm in no era. I'm in the Joe Show era.
I think you're in like a sports card memorabilia era. Like I
Yes.
feel like I'm getting that vibe, and I'm like, I like it. I like it a lot.
Today I was at the card shop in Boston, Card Vault, shout out, and Topps Finest came out today, which is the new debut of all the teams in a new set of cards. We pulled a Nolan Ryan autograph today, a Barry Larkin, who's a great player, and then a couple of newer ones. But Kurtz of the A's, everyone's after.
Yeah.
And nobody wants the Yankees for some reason, except Aaron, But Bernie Williams got pulled. It was a nice one. Nice real autograph.
Now, is this a hobby box?
Yes. Okay. I don't like people who autograph with their initials. Out. I want your real, do you have an autograph?
I do. I haven't had to sign it much, but I do have an autograph. I got a Michael Penix card.
Oh, Michael Penix. There you go.
A rookie auto, and
there you go.
He gave the full signature, so I appreciated that. I have an A-Rod signature, but he gave the initials, so shows what we're dealing with there.
Okay. Anything else for Street Team Joe Scaz?
I'm sure I'll come up with something, but I'm good for now.
What would you dip those wings in?
Sweet and sour from McDonald's. Because it gives me a little bit of that vibe, and I think they're already like some sweet wings, and I like that a lot, and I just want to enhance that.
I was thinking more of like a ranch.
Okay.
Because would you do blue cheese with Korean barbecue?
I mean, I would.
I would too. I mean,
but I think the average person. I think I would. If you had a blue cheese over there, Joe, I think you and I would investigate.
Wonder if there's any in the fridge. Imagine if we used.
Probably old.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. If you had wings, and there's dressing in the fridge, would it be dated? Does dressing go bad?
It has to. Scaz?
Yeah, I mean, it has to at some point.
Yeah.
There's oils in there, stuff like well, like those will last a while.
But I feel like a Ken's dressing might last like a year. Like an Italian dressing.
What about peanut butter? How long does that last for?
I think that lasts a long time. I think that's a couple of years, maybe.
Sometimes when I rip some old packs, there's still gum in there.
Do you chew it?
Hell no. Would you?
Yeah, the bazooka packs. I would chew it.
You would chew gum from 1980?
Yeah. What's really changed about it?
Is it even gum?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't taste great, but I do like the texture of it. If it,
Did you ever try Big League Chew?
Yeah, I love Big League Chew.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Big League Chew. I don't know. Do they still make that for like baseball?
I think so.
Like, do you think the kids in the Little League World Series are chewing on Big League Chew right now?
I don't know. We used to do Warheads.
Yeah, we had Airheads. That was
Airheads too.
Or seeds. Like, the kids eat seeds still?
I mean, 25 years ago, when I played ball, I ate seeds.
Yeah.
Do they do it now?
I don't know if they do it. Is that like a lost in time?
People are just sending us food suggestions. Someone talked about pulled pork mashed in corn from Texas Roadhouse.
I love Texas Roadhouse too. We've talked about that. Their bread.
David's in North Carolina. Hello, David.
Hey, how you doing? I hear you talk about food, and I love food myself, but I never hear you talk about much stuff up in New Hampshire. I used to live up in the Concord area for a long time. Have you ever been to the Puritan back room in Manchester?
So I've never been. I've heard a ton about it. I've never been. I love T-Bones, which years ago we used to do some work with the cigar shop across the street. So that was one that I used to frequent years ago. The other one that I heard is a good wing place.
What I was going to say about the Puritan back room is they have probably the best chicken tenders in the United States, and I travel around the country for work, and they still have the best chicken tenders, and also their homemade ice cream is to die for. So maybe you can just drive 50 miles north and give it a try sometime.
I would be happy to do that, sir. Does that have an invite?
Awesome.
Nope, it wasn't.
I think the Puritan is haunted. If my sources are correct.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell me. Well,
I think my dad loves talking about like haunted places and haunted restaurants. There's one actually in Grafton. I'm not going to remember the name of it, but I think the Puritan is on his list of haunted places to eat.
You know what else I find haunted? The Hawthorne Hotel in downtown Salem.
Oh.
I look at it and I go, nope.
Is it supposed to be? Does it want to give off that vibe since it's in Salem?
No, it's just old.
Yeah.
No, there's a few places. There's whenever I go by certain places, I'm like, haunted. You ever get that vibe?
I get that vibe for sure.
You ever been to George's Island?
No.
It's like on the boat. You go out to it's an island like in the harbor.
No.
Yeah, and supposedly it's haunted.
Oh. Do you have any good ghost stories? I know it's a little off topic, but.
No, but I loved Ghost Adventures.
What do you mean by that?
With Zach Baggins, the show?
I've never seen that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've never seen Ghost Adventures. Is it still around?
Ghost Hunters?
No, yeah, I've seen Ghost Hunters. Same idea.
I want to go to the Paranormal Museum. That'd be something interesting.
What about the Conjuring House in Rhode
I'm
Island?
out.
Yeah, I think that's too much.
Hey, Skaz, you been to the Lizzie Borden house?
I have not.
You live near there, though.
No, thank you.
Okay.
What's the Lizzie Borden house? Sorry,
you don't know the story of Lizzie Borden? You should Google it.
Okay.
We got to go to break. Street Team Joe, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Are we going to cut some video up tonight? What do you think we should do? What was the best segment tonight, you think?
I like the Drake May segment. Coaching him too hard.
Coaching him too hard?
Yeah, because you guys are laughing at the end like, what are we talking about here?
Mac
coaching people too hard.
Mac Jones wanted to get coached hard.
We Crochet playing for wins. Or
I know. What are they doing?
Yeah, Boston is acting a little soft.
See, Joe, you just wrapped up the show.
Yeah.
What are we else are we supposed to do? The Celtics owner is now an owner, and it's not about basketball anymore, right?
No, especially if not for this year, no.
Do they care about Crochet winning games or keeping him healthy?
Healthy.
Okay. And what was the other one there? Drake May. Is he being coached too hard?
No.
Is Mike Vrabel up Drake May and McDaniel's butt?
Yeah. There we go. That's a summary.
Well, everyone said thanks for the nightmare fuel.
Why? What nightmare fuel?
Because I think we talked about haunted stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Eddie's in Sudbury. Hi, Eddie.
I'm a big gum guy.
Thank you, Eddie. Yeah.
Big League Chew by far is the best for blowing bubbles. It's really not even a close second. The problem with Big League Chew is it stays sweet the entire time, and it quickly becomes too much. Where like a Trident, for example, starts sweet and then becomes just something you chew on. Big League Chew remains sweet way too long, but the bubbles are by far the most impressive.
What do you think of like an Orbit gum? I like to carry those every once in a while.
I don't have time for it.
No, okay. So give me.
I don't have time for that.
What are your tiers? Yeah. Can I get some gum tiers from you?
Yeah, Trident is your daily driver. You can really do really well with Trident. They have the regular bubble gum, which is the pink one. I would say that's sort of like 1A, and then there's an orange one called Tropical Twist that's also really good. So I recommend having both on hand just to kind of alternate. You want to build up too much of a tolerance to one or the other. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when you run around a track. You run around one side once, and the other the next time, so your knees don't wear out.
Yeah. What about like a Big Red? Do they still make that?
I don't know. I mean, that was always kind of like stiff and falls apart very quickly in your mouth. Like the consistency isn't there. Where again, like a Big League Chew or Trident holds up for quite a bit of time.
Because I love the juicy fruit.
You can also put juicy fruit was good. Juicy fruit was definitely good, but again, all sugar.
What about Bubblicious?
Bubblicious, actually, I forgot about Bubblicious.
They have great bubbles.
And it explodes in your mouth.
You can have some great bubbles with Bubblicious.
Well, what Big League Chew figured out is it gives you the ability to control your amount of gum at one time, where all the other ones are sort of fixed amounts. So you can sort of, I would say more is less when it comes to bubbles with that. But you can go like a small pack of Big League Chew and get one result, or a bigger one and get a different result. So that is where they kind of stand out.
What was better, Hubba Bubba or Bubble Tape?
Bubble Tape, far and away. again, another sort of crispier, crackier one, but again, much, much better. And it came out of the tape measure, which is cool.
Okay, I have a question for you. One more, two more actually.
Please.
Thank you. Is Mentos a gum?
No, mint.
So Mentos is a mint. Okay.
Yep.
And when did you become a gum connoisseur?
So I can tell you exactly when. As a child, anytime I would do anything that revolves some sort of focus or competition, like riding a bike or playing Little League, whatever it is, I always did things better chewing gum. And to this day, pick up basketball, I have a piece of gum in my mouth. I do things better with gum in my mouth. I don't know what the psychological effect is. I'm sure it's out there. But I chew gum a lot.
So if you were going to have a UFC fight, would you have to pop in some gum to be motivated for it?
No, but I would, if I were able to set up a controlled experiment and you had me have the same UFC fight with or without gum, I guarantee you I would have performed better at UFC. UFC is a bad example because I would get beat up there.
How about a sales?
Really
what do you do for work? Like a sales call or something like that?
Yeah, you're on the. Yep.
Gotcha. So I know what you're talking about. So you would have a better sales call with gum in your mouth than without it.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is. I'm telling you. I bet if you looked it up right now, we looked it up right now together, we'd find some sort of study about focus I'm telling you, I get some sort of mental benefit from chewing gum. It helps me focus more. It helps me golf especially. If you had me play 18 with no gum versus with gum, I guarantee you my score is going to be 2 to 3 strokes better with gum.
A recent study said it can also enhance your alertness, focus, and reduce stress and anxiety. Only for the short term, though.
I'm telling you. I mean, maybe I just need that bump at the beginning of it. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I do better. There have been times in my life where I've had the same piece of gum in my mouth for over 48 hours.
That's insane.
48? Did you say 48 hours?
Sleep with it in my mouth. Wake up with it. You get right back to work.
Do you ever notice your breath positive or negative from that?
No, I mean, I could ask my wife maybe, but that's never been the reason.
What's your
I brush my teeth in the morning and at night.
Yeah, how about your teeth? Do you have good dental health?
No.
Great
cavity. Great, yeah. I mean, that's the key.
Great cavity guy?
Sugar-free at this point.
Yeah.
That's why you can't do Big League Chew every day. Trident sugar-free. So if I had Bubblicious or Big League Chew every day, I bet I'd have a lot more cavities.
All right.
No, I haven't had a cavity in probably 10 years.
Knock on wood. Well, Bubblegum Eddie, I hope for more in the future from you.
Yeah, hey, what's today? Tuesday. I'll call next Tuesday night, all right?
All right, Bubblegum Eddie. I appreciate you. Should we go to break?
It was a real-life Violet Beauregard right there, Joe.
Yeah, no, because I could keep going if we don't go to break. So should we go to break?
That was the best call I think I've ever heard. He was an expert in gum. Off the top of his head, he knew so much about gum.
Should I, give you a project while chewing gum and then do a project without chewing gum and see the results?
I think we could do that.
He has to make a graphic with gum and without gum.
All right, well, let's hit the headline here first. We have more gum people and haunted restaurants. Haunted restaurants. In on that or out?
So in and haunted.
All right, stay here, Joe. We'll do more of this next here on the Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox lead 2-0 right now over the Astros. It was a walk run. They scored a run on a walk. Yoshida also scored a run as well. And while it's 2-0 right now, Dustin May on the mound.
call them the Joe Murray Pre-Party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, we're pushing musings back. And here's the deal, everybody. We gave you 90 solid minutes of sports talk. We had a guest. We talked about the story of the day was Wick Grossbeck, right? Drake Mays coached hard. The Red Sox and Garrett Crochet, where would they be without Bregman and Crochet? We got it down?
That sums it up.
We got it?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift's new album's getting debuted soon.
Maybe podcast, too.
And a podcast.
Yeah.
All right, we got all that out of the way. So now I've looked at the tweets because Joe and I were talking. I've never spoken to a gum expert. And I actually was curious about a Mentos. Is it? And I looked it up, and it's listed under a gum category.
Oh, it is?
I don't think it is.
No.
I don't. It's chewable. And then we mentioned restaurants and what's haunted. Cooper says, more spooky ghost talk, please. The higher glizzy. Come on now. Let's go to the Conjuring house.
I don't think I could muster the cojones to go to the Conjuring house. I've seen those movies. I've seen what happens. I don't want to go to the backyard. No, I'm out. You couldn't pay me to go there.
I don't think I want to attempt the Conjuring. I saw the first one a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy horror movies. I don't like crazy horror. You know what's, now that we're on this, I watched this movie with John Cusack once. I want to say it was like Room 213 or something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Man, it was weird.
What was it about?
It was about this room that was haunted because it had the number 13 in it. Wild.
Based on a true story?
Yeah, and you know what's another one that got me? Shutter Island.
Oh, I love Shutter Island.
Good one, right?
The end is crazy, and you still don't. I don't want to ruin the movie for anyone, but the end is one of the greatest.
Yes, because you realize an epiphany.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think he leaves it open to wonder: is he crazy, or are we being played? And is he being played?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe some of that movie was filmed on Thompson Island on the harbor.
Oh, really?
Not George's, which is next to that. Also, this guy is a gum expert. The sour, apple, big league chew, and grape are top tier. I always went grape.
Yeah, grape is my go-to gum.
In on haunted restaurants is also what people have said. And while Chris is in Norwood, he's got a gum take in a haunted restaurant.
What's up, Joe?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Good to hear. All right. So first, the haunted restaurant take. The Wayside Inn in Sudbury, haunted.
Is there proof, or just you think it?
So, I mean, I've eaten there a good amount of times. I proposed to my wife there. We go there for Valentine's. They have really nice food, really fancy, but it's an inn. It's one of the oldest inns in the country, and there's a haunted room there. That's what all the employees say. There's a haunted room there. So
okay, the Metro West Daily News wrote severe potentially haunted happenings at the Wayside Inn in Sudbury.
Yep. So that's the haunted take, and then the gum take for you. So I work at a card place, an online auction house that deals with baseball cards.
Okay.
And basically, we have card pullers, and they pull out, stars out of the sets and stuff.
Yep.
And they bring me the old gum.
Oh, so like old packs, like wet wax, like junk wax.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And they bring me the old gum, and you got to be careful with that stuff.
Dude, you know what's funny? I got a buddy up in the North Shore who saves the gum as well.
Yeah, they bring it to me, and they want me to try it, and I've done it, and it's made my stomach upset.
So you have tried bad gum?
Oh, yeah. Yep, 84, 85 tops. Yep. Yeah.
So you work at a shop?
It's an online auction house that deals with baseball cards.
Wow. Well, you should email me, Joe Murray at 98.5 The Sports Hub. I rock cards.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, anywhere else haunted that you know of?
I thought my college was haunted.
Where'd you go to school?
I went on the North Shore, Gordon College.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went there. There was a prayer room. I went into that prayer room with my iPod at the time, iPod Touch, and I had the voice memo thing going, and I talked, just joking around like, "Oh, if there's anything in here, let me know. Do you want me to leave?" And I didn't hear anything, but when I got back to the room, I played back the voice memo, and I promise you, I went to my roommates. They heard a voice answer my questions on the voice memo.
I just got the chills a little
Bro, that's scary.
I just got the chills a little bit.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, "Do you want me here?" And I hear back a whisper like, "No."
Ow!
It was weird. Yeah.
Bro.
Frost Hall, Gordon College.
All right. Well, Skaz has confirmed that Longfellow Wayside Inn is believed to be haunted.
Yeah.
The most prominent ghost would be Jerusha Howe. Said to
sounds right.
linger in rooms 9 and 10 where she lived and sewed respectively. Guests have reported various paranormal experiences, including feeling touched, hearing unexplained noises, and even seeing Jerusha's apparition.
Yeah, I'm not staying there. I'll eat there, but I'm not staying in the room.
Okay. Okay. Do you have TikTok?
A little bit.
Dude, there's certain things not to look for on TikTok. Just type in paranormal, dude. You'll lose your mind.
Oh, I bet.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Ghost Star creeps me out, I think.
Will you watch Ghost Adventures for me?
Yeah, I will. I will watch
when you
Ghost
go home.
Adventures.
Actually, now I know I'm going to find something and send it to you.
Okay.
So,
but I legit just got the chills when he was talking about that. Like, that stuff creeps me out.
I don't want any ghost touching me.
No.
I told you there was a night where, what was there, Scott? A birthday balloon back there? And it was the wind was making it move, but I kept seeing something move, and I was freaking out.
My dad has a good, I could share it real quick, a good balloon ghost story. But
Did you ever see the Elmo balloon?
No.
The one that somehow made its way all the way upstairs to this person's house, and they had their house video recording watching it move.
Yeah, and then didn't it come back down the stairs?
It did.
Which scientifically how that makes sense. Yeah. How is it going upstairs and back downstairs? Something's there, Joe.
Oh, we can't be the only form of life.
Yeah.
Along with aliens.
What
about Bigfoot?
Yes, I think I had to think about it. See, it's tough. There's no evidence of stuff like that, but Bigfoot, Megalodon, I'm in on those types of. I like
the Megalodon?
Loch Ness monster. I'm in. Like I think if you choose to believe in those things, life's more exciting.
Okay.
Like if you ever played Manhunt when you were a kid, and then just like, okay, like what if Bigfoot was in this game?
When I bought Sega Genesis as a kid, it came with a game called Altered Beast. Scared me. A lot of video games scared me.
What was the beast? Was it just like a Bigfoot type?
Yeah. You should Google it. We got to go to break. I'm sorry for the long extent. Should we still do the musings next? Yes, we will. This hour of the sports has been brought to you by Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit knowingoilchange.com to save 50% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. Do you remember Micro Machines?
No.
Okay. Never mind. I'm Joe Murray. Musings next, and I'll give you the Red Sox score in headline.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Red Sox have a 7-0 lead right now over the Astros, looking to snap their 3-game losing streak. How about Dustin May? 6 innings, 5 hits, 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk on 92 pitches. His ERA now down to 4.67. I mentioned that early on they got runs on the board from Trevor Story and Masataka Yoshida. Well, Carlos Narvaez went deep in this one, a 3-run homer, and Alex Bregman opened things up with another home run, scoring Roman Anthony. 7-0 Red Sox right now in the top of the 7th inning. Headlines, they are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. We all love the word free, so does Awaken 180. Medication-free, side effect-free, support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Boston's best sports talk. There's an app for that. Download the Sports Hub app for loads of stuff. Absolutely free. Connect with the shows, get podcasts, and more. Get it where you get your apps. Or at 985sportshub.com.
Big Arizona iced tea.
I'm an Arnold Palmer, number 1. I love the fruit punch version, number 2. It's fantastic. I like the OG.
Don't they have a grape version?
They have a grape, too?
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
I like that.
Would you like it? I can give you a tears if you'd like.
Give me a quick tears.
Fruit punch 2. They make a watermelon that's really good. 3. I like OG, just the OG. I like the green tea, and then I go grape.
Wait, so what are they considering raising the prices to?
Well, that's a good question. It's political, so I don't want to get into it, but potentially 20% more. What's 20% of $1? Like,
wouldn't it be, 20 cents? Like something like that?
Yeah. You want to pay $1.24 for something that's 99 cents?
No.
Am I being cheap right now?
I like the satisfaction of being able to have a dollar bill in hand and just hand it to the cashier and just be like, I'm done.
Listen to me. I don't drink soda. So I don't really drink a lot of stuff with sugar in it anymore. So my alternatives are iced tea. So what I do is I get an unsweetened iced tea with a lemonade and I make an Arnold Palmer. That's what I drink.
I love Arnold Palmer. Wait, why don't you just...
I gave up soda and sugar.
Okay.
I lost a lot of weight quitting it. You know, my waist keeps shrinking.
Do you think it's all due to the soda?
Yeah, I think for 40 years of my life, I drank soda and sugar. So
what else do you drink on a daily basis?
My number 1 thing was ginger ale.
Okay.
I've eliminated that.
Out of all sodas, really, ginger ale's the one that got you.
It was my favorite.
That's crazy.
Canada Dry in a mason jar with ice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think ginger ale, in my opinion, is one of the better tasting. I would go Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola.
Well, Mountain Dew would get me all jazzed up.
Yeah, because of the caffeine content.
Oh man, I loved Mountain Dew.
Code Red.
So Coca-Cola was outstanding, but it's weird. But what I mean by this is dark sodas weren't good for me, but Sprite and other things were much. That's probably why I like ginger ale so much.
I think ginger ale doesn't have caffeine too. The dark sodas all have caffeine.
Yeah, yeah, it might have it. It's the sugar's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, what were we doing here?
Musings.
No, what was I? Oh, what do I drink? This morning I had a Celsius. I'm having a Celsius now,
and that won't affect your sleep. The caffeine.
I will tell you this: I get home right about midnight. I go to bed, I doom scroll until my eyes get tired, and then I go to sleep. I actually do, believe it or not, I prepare for the show the next day. So I think about the topics, what can we do tonight? I do all that. It's a 24-hour job, Joe. We don't just go home and shut it off. So yes, that's a big problem. The 99-cent Arizona iced tea, I'm out on that.
Do you drink milk?
No, not much anymore. I do with cereal. And I've gone now down to like, different types of milk. Don't love oat milk, but I'll drink it,
Yeah.
But what I like is Mio. I drop a little Mio in some water.
Oh, the electrolytes.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Now, if you put too much in, it's sugar.
Yeah.
You'll taste it. But yeah, every once in a while, like if I get a lemonade from somewhere, too much. I have to put water in it. So I can really tell like what's.
So like when
lot
you
of
go to
sugar.
a restaurant, you order Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
What do you ask for a specific ratio?
Yeah,
or
I
you
just
let
and
them
it always
decide?
tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
And if it's too much, I put water in.
Yeah.
Additional water. Did you know that I've been trying to do this the last couple of nights, so I wanted to make sure I mentioned this tonight. But did you know that Massachusetts was ranked the best place to live in America in 2025? The affordability, the economy, some of the reasons.
I'm sorry, what was that first word?
The affordability.
I don't know if I'd use that word. I'm a big fan of living here and would, happily to see it, number one, but affordability wouldn't be at the top of mind.
Of the top 50 states, they rank 44th in affordability. Or is it 51? I can't remember now anymore. The economy, 9th. Health and education, 1. Quality of life, 6. Safety, 6. The 5 best places to live: Idaho, New Jersey, Wisconsin, and Minnesota.
Woof, 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 and woof.
Minnesota?
Outside of Massachusetts and New Hampshire, no other New England state ranked inside the top 10. New Mexico was ranked the worst state to live in.
I don't know if I agree with much of that, of what you said.
Would you like? Let me give you the source. Wallet Hub.
Wallet Hub. Okay.
You take it up with them.
Yeah, affordability in Massachusetts. It's got to be near Skaz. It's got to be near the bottom.
I have one more story I'd like to share, but this haunted restaurant thing is taking over the show. So, Skaz, I want to take this call, okay? Mike in Hull. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Joe. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. It's an honor to talk to you, Joe. Anyway, I was going to call about the Sun Tavern in Duxbury. It's supposedly haunted. There's three people there that used to work there, and they're kind of creepy.
So, the Sun Tavern?
Yes, the Sun Tavern. It's located in Duxbury, a couple towns away in Hull, from Hull.
Okay, the Patriot Ledger has the spooky South Shore. Cozy Duxbury Tavern has some spirited guests.
So anyway, I got two other things, Joe. So I play hockey with Ty Anderson. Hopefully he's asleep now. I play Sundays with Ty. We play in Marshfield. Ty is the man, and I know he's on your show. He's on the 98.5.
I'm buddies with Ty. Yep.
Yeah, I know you are. He speaks highly of you.
Oh, well, thank
you. He speaks highly of Felger. We all speak highly of you. And in Marshfield, we play in the Social Ball Hockey League. Anyway, so last thing, Joe, I don't want to keep you, but again, it's an honor to talk to you, but there's a show tonight, Hulk Hogan, you talk douchebags, Hogan, I'd be curious why he was a douchebag. I'm going to watch the show, Joe, but much respect. I'm not going to keep you. Honored to talk to you.
Appreciate you, sir. Well, to be accurate, Joe, I'm a child of. I was born in. What year were you born, Joe?
1996, Joe.
Okay, I graduated 8th grade. I was a freshman in high school in 1996. I weighed 286 pounds on the football team. So when you were born, I was a 286-pound behemoth.
What position were you?
I played tackle, left tackle.
Left tackle?
They didn't measure my arms back then. Then they moved me to center. But anyways, I grew up a child of the 80s, so there is a big time Mount Rushmore of a-holes. I got to put Hulk Hogan up there.
Really? He's on the... Are you talking in a-holes in the 80s?
Yeah, in life.
In life.
I loved Bill Cosby. Throw him up there, man. Vince McMahon, right up there.
What was it like living with the 80s Celtics?
Well, I got the Larry Bird hurt back era.
Okay.
Where he was always laying down on the ground wondering if he was going to play. I mentioned this the other night, Cavs. Remember the Cavs game? It was a 3-2 series. Cavs had a lead, and they thought Bird wasn't going to play, and he played, and he lit him up. But yeah, I didn't live there. Reggie Lewis was my favorite player. Fortunately, he passed away in 1993. Down the street from us, actually, right from here. It was tough era. And then I thought we were going to get Tim Duncan.
So how old were you during the championship?
So in 86, I was 4.
Oh, okay.
Or 87, they went back. They lost, though, in 87. So, yes. I did not recall.
Yeah, you don't recall.
My first real sports recall was Roger Clemens getting tossed from a playoff game for swearing at the ump. It was a day game in Oakland. I was pissed.
How old were you when the Len Bias situation happened?
That was before. Yeah, so it would have been 80 what? Yeah, so still too young. Reggie Lewis, though, he was an NBA jam. He was an all-star. He had a big moment against Michael Jordan defensively. Jordan actually praised him. There was supposed to be like a torch passing from Bird to Lewis to McKay. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be. Yeah. It didn't happen. And you've watched the news documentary that they have.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good documentary.
But believe it or not, they were supposed to. Like, Brian Shaw was a decent player. D. Brown was fringe all-star. Like, won the slam dunk contest. Like, they had some pieces with Reggie Lewis, They brought in Xavier McDaniel and other guys that were pretty decent. It's just Rick Pitino happened after. And then they ruined the Celtics. Anyways, this was the story I wanted to bring up. I guess this got mentioned on the air, so and again, everything is fine, everyone. So when I read the story, everything's fine.
I have some audio if you want to hear it.
Oh, well, Skaz, we don't call you the best producer in the business for nothing. Let's hear a little bit of audio of an incident regarding one Mike Felger on the island. Let's hear it, Skaz.
I'll tell you what happened yesterday. It's more dramatic than it is, thank God, but it was for about 12 to 18 hours. It was a little dramatic. I was in the hospital yesterday after getting airlifted off of Nantucket.
What?
Yes, that happened. So I was riding my bike like an idiot on Saturday night, and I had a bike accident. I fell off my bike. And I cracked, it happened in a blur. I don't even know exactly what happened or how it happened, but I cracked my neck on, I believe, the handlebars. I just sort of like buckled and fell into the handlebars and bam. And I went to bed and I woke up the next day and I'm lying around on the couch and my daughter's like, Dad, go to the hospital. My neck hurt. It was sore. My whole neck hurt. And it's like, I don't go to the hospital unless I have to and all this, but it's like, where we are on the island, the hospital's right next door. And I was doing nothing on Sunday, so fine, I'll go get him, have him take a picture of it, peace of mind and get out of there. Well, they take the CAT scan and they find what I thought at the time was fluid in my neck, but it was, I guess, just like air pockets. But either way, air pockets that were in places they shouldn't have been. And it's like one of the ways they would get there is if you have some sort of internal injury, like you've torn your esophagus or windpipe or something in there, and there's air escaping and landing in your... So I think I'm going to get the x-ray, clean bill of health, and walk out of there. And they say, no, we found these things, and we got to get you somewhere pretty quick. Like, well, what does that mean? Can I go home and get my stuff, or where do I drive home and go to... No, they said the helicopter's on the way. Like, the helicopter's on the way? What do you mean the helicopter's on the way? The helicopter's on the way. We don't know if you need surgery, but if you do, you want to be someplace where they can do it. And it's a smaller island hospital. They can't do every procedure. So they ship you out of there. So, yeah, they wheeled me onto the freaking helicopter and land on the roof of MGH. And I was there for, I don't know, 12, 18 hours or what.
Anything else?
I was there for, I don't know, 12, 18 hours or whatever. They ran 1 million tests and couldn't find any damage inside the neck there. So they think it just got in. I got a little, you can see it down there. I kind of got cut on the neck, and they think air just popped in there when I cracked the handlebars or whatever I effing did. And it just, that's how it got in there. But there was a 12 to 18 hour stretch there where you didn't know. I didn't know if I was looking at like throat surgery or neck surgery or something like that.
Well, that's wild.
Which, let me tell you,
something else.
As a talk show host, I'm not looking for neck surgery. Wow. I'm not looking for throat surgery. That was not in the cards. And so, the million tests, CAT scans, and drinking fluids and CAT scans, and trying to see all this stuff. And
so no one hit you. A car didn't hit you or anything like that, right?
Nope. Big, dumb Felger driving in the dark on little Nantucket streets. Just lost my balance and again, a little bit of a blur there. It's certainly how it happened. I don't know. But no, there was no accident. No one hit me. Nothing. It was just me. Operator error. And, yeah.
Well, so that's what it's. It sounds like you got lucky in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, my God, am I lucky. Oh, my God, am I lucky.
That's crazy.
And it just, if anyone's, thanks to all the people that helped along the way at that hospital down in Nantucket, those airlift guys, the Boston Med Flight guys, wow.
None of them turned and said, yeah, you're ducking us.
I did get asked about Marchand on the way out, which is cool. Like that's to be expected. And then at MGH, just the best and the best. And I was, I started getting impatient and annoyed, which I tend to do. But it's at the end of the day, it's all good.
Well, I would just like to shout out his daughter, because I think a lot of us are very stubborn, right? Like I'm the type that I never take sick days. There are times when I'm going in, I'll feel better, so. But in those situations, you gotta, when someone says, "Hey, go get it checked out," they're almost the voice of reason.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's a really good point. Obviously, we're beyond happy that Mike is okay. Glad that it wasn't anything more serious than that. Mike is, for me, I think for you too, Joey is one of my favorite people at the station. Yeah. Listeners may not believe that, but he is as nice of a guy as I don't know, anyone that we have here, believe it or not. But I would just say that, when someone else is telling you to go to the doctors, go to the doctors. Your health is number one. As someone who is, 30 years old and has been dealing with health issues this year, you don't really think about it until it kind of hits you in the face. If something is wrong, you just mentioned Massachusetts, best place to live. A lot of it is because of healthcare. Go to the doctors.
Yep.
Go to the doctors. You won't regret going to you might be inconvenienced. You might get frustrated, as Felger mentions in that clip that he does, as we all do when we go, as I have been many times. But Street Team Joe knows this. Go to the doctors.
And Joe, you can share your story if you want. You don't have to. But you've had a health scare in your life. And was something wrong, or did you?
So I had a bunch of different headaches. I had a lot of energy issues, tired all the time, appetite swings. And so, it took a couple of doctors to figure it out. At first you go to your primary care and they're not really sure.
Go see a specialist.
Yeah, go see a specialist. And I ended up having a pituitary tumor in my brain. And basically what a pituitary tumor does is your pituitary gland is like the master hormone gland. And it'll send signals, to produce certain hormones. And I have a little tumor in there that kind of blocks that signal. So I've had to go to the hospital for some small operations and still taking some medication for it. So I'm with Skaz all the way. Health is by far the most important thing in life. Without health, you got literally nothing. So you have to take it under you got to be your own best advocate.
And we're having a lot of fun here tonight, right? We're talking about food.
That's what I was going to say.
Haunted places. We just went real morbid, real quick.
I'm okay, though. I'm okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yes, hopefully we'll be good.
I don't think it's morbid. I think it's reality, Joe. This is the Joe Show. From gum tears to haunted restaurants to Drake maybe and coach too hard to some a little tumor in there.
You could either poop your pants, right?
We've had some of those incidents as well.
Or you could have a life-threatening issue that you
the one good thing I like to bring up about it is I always use it as an excuse of anything. Just it's now a running joke in my friend group. If I lose a 1v1 basketball game, I'm like, well, I have a tumor.
Yeah, someone's like, yeah. Well, Joe, no, but you don't wear it as a chain.
Yeah.
And if I didn't mention it on the air for you to talk about it, nobody would have known.
Yeah.
But I know that you're comfortable talking about
I
it.
openly talk
I know.
about it.
All right.
I have a lot of health issues. Skaz and I back there could have a podcast.
You know
on
what?
Health issues.
There's a podcast. Yeah,
there's
tune
a
in.
podcast. We
Listen to
Sports Hub 911.
Yeah,
Listen, that's good. Listen to two young guys talk about all the health issues they
we
have.
got some stomach issues.
Literally, men 30 and under. Beware. Can I just got one more take on this. You know, we are real people too. Like, yes, we work on the radio, but I get my vacation time and sick time. So, like, if I'm out, just give me my time. Like, Felger's been critical of talking about people missing time, whether it was Drake May or Alex Cora. Can we just put it to bed? Like, if people got on Felger for not being there on Monday, and then you find out he was in the hospital, it's just a bad look, right? Can we just put it to bed now? We all are entitled to our vacation time and our sick time. You are too, everybody out there. Did you know that? I know at some places, because I've worked at places, not here, but I've worked at other places where it's like, it's the end of the month, man, but I really need a day. You got to be here at the end of the month, bell to bell, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, my health, my mental health. Okay, that's it. That's it, Joe. Anything else tonight?
No, thank you, Joe, for having me.
Haunted
I still have the
restaurants.
chills from that one guy. Oh, did you? And I looked up the restaurant of the second guy.
Yeah.
It's a creepy story.
The place in
3 people died, 2 little girls.
Should we do like hub adventures?
Yeah.
Where we go to places and like we'll hook up like our Adobe audition to see if we get any paranormal activity.
I'd like to film it too.
Yeah, we'll just
film
like what we'll do is we'll get a camera. We'll hit record on Adobe Audition, and we'll just leave. And then when we go back, we'll just look to see if there was any movement.
Yeah, see, I just get the chills even from you just like saying that. I'm
All
a
right.
big haunted guy.
Well, hopefully we give you a Red Sox result because, well, I'm getting choked up over here. I mentioned where would the Red Sox be without Crochet and Bregman? Mentioned Roman Anthony in the middle. Let's get into that coming up here again here on 98.5 The Sport.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe. 1-800-QUIT NOW. Everybody knows Joe.
Just keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
And whatever. So we've had a little bit more consistency lately of being on every night. But the thing about being on every night is we get into some interesting stories. And I don't mean for this to be story time, but when it's good, let's do it. And it's weird because when I first watched Howard Stern, I don't know if I'm influenced by Howard Stern. I know there are people who like loved what he did, but the one thing that he did was he really got great interviews, right? Like people you would know, and he'd like introduce you to people, you know. Who's the Shake It Up guy that used to be on
Pharrell on the bench?
But like Howard Stern guy, right? Like he made it big because of that. I was watching Joe Dirt the other night, and Joe Dirt, his story got out there because he was a custodian at a radio station, and Dennis Miller was the radio guy, and he was fascinated with Joe Dirt. Last week, we had someone who told us that they were homeless after racing bikes in Florida. And I was just locked in. Man, what happened? Like, it was great, right? We get people. Remember the guy from Montana, Skaz? He drove from the Cape to Montana in his car and was talking about the food he ate on the way. And, like, he emailed me this weekend to say, hey, he's leaving and wanted to update us. So, anyways, we have a caller right now.
Yes, Joe.
Do you want to set this up for us, guys?
No. I think we should go to this caller and let him set it up.
Okay. I might have been joking or being cheeky when I said haunted restaurants. Come to find out, we've had people call in about haunted restaurants. One was in Sudbury. The other was in Duxbury. And Ed is on the South Shore in Pembroke and has a story about one of the restaurants that is on the South Shore. Ed, how are you tonight? You're on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
I'm doing great. I was on my way home from having dinner out, and I was listening to your show, and it brought to my attention one of my grandsons was on a date several years ago and driving by the Sun Tavern, and his date said, oh, you know, this restaurant is haunted by a woman and a couple other ghosts, and my grandson was like, well, yeah, that's my Nana. So my wife was the chef there from 1998 to 2006, and unfortunately she's passed. And now, from talking to other people, she is a regular visitor there on different nights and stuff like that.
So I have a lot of questions, but do you
go right ahead?
Do you listen to our show often, or did you just happen to come across it?
No, I listen to it regularly. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, I only was wondering because hey, I never really listened to you, but I put you on. Like I am, like some people do direct. You get what I'm saying? The spirits might have directed you to us. You get what I mean? So Joe tells us, Street Team Joe, who's with me, and Skaz. Well, Street Team Joe says, oh, he loves horror, but now here we are having a real conversation with. So your wife, who has passed, and I'm sorry to hear that, is now her spirit lives at the restaurant she worked at.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been in contact with her at the restaurant?
Not. I've been back there, but she's never come to me while I'm there. I have had her visitations at my home in Pembroke.
Okay.
And I've also gone to mediums and stuff like that, and she has come through when I've gone to mediums.
I believe that. What type of meetings are you getting at your home from your wife who's passed?
That's not really for prime time.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. So you mean like maybe intimate or trying to like show love or a feeling without contact or without Got it. Spiritually. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. Do you feel that they're in a good place?
Yes, I do, and I never really, before my wife passed, ever believed in anything like this.
Yep.
I was brought up a Roman Catholic, but was not really religious.
Yep.
But now I would say that I'm spiritual because I really believe that there is something else after we're here, but I can't explain that. It's kind of like a physics thing where energy cannot be lost.
Yep.
And your energy just moves on to another level.
May I ask, when she passed, did you guys have closure? So is that why?
It was rather sudden.
Sudden, okay. So maybe do you feel that because it was sudden, maybe there's still that like spirit still alive?
Yeah, but I don't think it's specific to me in our situation. I think that's just the way it is. It's just a different experience when you have a long term to say goodbye, which I don't know that that's positive.
Yep.
Or, it's hard for every situation. And the fact that I didn't have time to say goodbye was one thing.
Yeah.
But I don't really necessarily think that I would have wanted to have a long time to watch her suffer.
Yeah.
To say goodbye.
Got it. But so you were listening tonight and you heard someone call in about how it's haunted, and you've heard stories.
And she has been there, and I've had other people that still worked there at the time a while ago that said she's come to, and they felt her there in their presence.
Well, I appreciate you sharing it. Street Team Joe, do you have any questions?
I would say at the restaurant, do people who work there and people who go to visit, have they felt different presences there before as well?
I don't know about people as customers, but I know that people that work there, because they've told me that they have felt her there.
And are you
in her
all scared, or like when you feel her presence, were you initially scared, or is it something that you were...
No, it's more comforting, I would say.
Comforting?
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you called to share your story. I'm sure it's hard to... Like, I believe you. Like, I hope you know that. And I don't think you would call if it wasn't real. But
the physics thing he mentioned is what I firmly believe too.
Yeah.
Like, matter cannot be created nor destroyed. It's just moved on to a different form.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's hard to talk to people like, hey man, this is I believe it. I've had experiences, and people might be like, no, but you've gone to mediums and they've spoken through that, right?
Yeah. So I mean, for me, it's been since 2006. So there's a lot of time that has, passed, and it's just probably more. It's probably easier for me than it would have been as a recent loss.
Yeah. Well, I would, and I also grew up Catholic, so I would say you probably got a guardian angel, not to be corny. But hey, I really appreciate you sharing your story. And if you happen to get any new stories down the line, we are open to it here at night on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, thank you, Joe. And I'll give you a call in if there's anything else that comes up.
You got it, Ed. I really appreciate you sharing your story. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
Take care.
I'm glad I could share it, and thank you for letting me share it.
You got it, man. Thank you.
I love the night show. Like, this is like what we've talked about the last 2 hours, the range of topics. Is it from gum to like what we've just witnessed with like
haunted restaurants, paranormal.
We talked about
touching,
our
sexually.
house stories.
Guess anything else?
What's going on here?
With chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Oh man. I just received a text from someone that is listening to the show.
Okay.
They said they're listening, and while that call was going on, their radio broke up, and a woman said hello, and then it went back to the Sports Hub. Now, do I 100% buy that story?
Do you have chills?
I have chills. Can you, Sketch?
No, I really do have chills when you just said that.
Can you verify?
To me.
Is this a legit friend or something?
This is someone who would not make this up.
Is it someone that I know them?
You do know them, Joe.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Someone who would not make this up. Also, someone who listens regularly and says this is not an area where the station usually drops or has any issues. So, I don't know what's going on tonight, but I find it very interesting. It's a good story, at least.
Okay. Later on tonight. We have to get out of here. I'm sorry, everybody. This is what we do here. We're leaving you on the edge, so you have to listen tomorrow now. You're going to upload the podcast tonight, guys? Joe and Skaz, you guys are going to... Okay. Let's go back to the podcast. I wanted to see if people go back and listen if anything changed on the podcast. I don't disagree with whoever texted you, Skaz. I just want to know if there was an effect to our podcast.
I've been sent audio. Maybe we'll revisit it tomorrow night. But
you've been sent audio
of the person in their car with the station on.
That's
you can hear a hey. I will say that.
Skaz,
yeah, I am not a big ghost guy, not a big into these topics, but we can revisit it tomorrow night.
I have very bad.
How the hell do I go home right now?
Skaz, are you being serious back there?
I'm being one. I wish I was joking, but I'm being serious.
You have video or audio evidence of this happening?
I'll play it for you as soon as we get off.
Wow. Between the gum guy, I'm still fascinated by the gum guy. He was like, talk about an expert of just